Hello, I need to clear my throat. Hello, I am the Roninpawn, and welcome to twitch.tv/Roninpawn live stream on twitch.tv/Roninpawn. My eyes are mostly shut because I'm tired. How are you today, Sergeant Smelly? Hello, and Mac It Happen, like Guy 89. Happy Election Day to everyone, to one and all, and a merry Halloween, and may you receive many tricks and treats. What's up, my Clustertrucker? Well, yeah, nothing much. Just trying to, kick back, relax, wait for the end of the world, that sort of a thing. And, can't send images in Twitch, but I would if I could. Would if I could! Bitch! Welcome to the live stream, UI Grap. So yeah, I'm just chilling, just relax, and all cool, shooting some b-ball outside of this, except for I don't go outside anymore. And wasn't long before it was cool and popular. Chronic genetic ailments. Can't wait for impending doom either, you know? It'll just be, I've been waiting for it so long, it's like I'm kind of excited. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the live stream. You know, on that note, because I don't want to get into politics today, it's election day. Why would we be talking about politics today? But before we don't get onto politics, because I'd rather spend some time reviewing my old world records, I have made a, what do they call these on YouTube? A playlist. I made myself a playlist. It's now on the main channel. It's just, youtube.com/Roninpawn. And then on the main channel, you come here, and then there's this shit. If you go over to videos, right, and then it should show you, no, those are just the uploads. No, it is on the homepage. youtube.com/Roninpawn. Apparently we're live right now, something like that. But the top one now is Roninpawn's World Records, Speedrun World Records. You click on there, it takes you there. I just wanted, I don't know, got it in my bonnet to, make a, playlist of all of these, and then I, once I'd done making it, scrolling back through however many years of running Clustertruck this is now, probably a year and a half or two, once I'd made this list of world records, I kind of wanted to watch them, and I started to watch a couple of them, and I was like, I should do this with people. Why not? It's not like anybody has anything important going on. It's election day in the U.S. Who gives a shit, right? But before we get on to that, my point was that I've been talking some smack about John Oliver recently. Just that he's kind of he's reality light, but, he's better than the rest, but still not the best kind of thing. And I was just feeling kind of bad about John Oliver that's, in the lead up to the election, just the conclusions drawn one-sidedly about just the support of the Democratic Party, which is you know, everybody's doing it. Fair enough. We need to fuck get Trump out of office one way or the other. But, you know, if you're going to have this conversation and you're John Oliver, I expect you to talk about why this really sucks that we have to vote for Joe Biden and shit. And he did not talk about that to the extent that I would have, you know, I don't know if he talked about it at all. But so I was talking some smack about John Oliver, and I've been recommending checking out Some More News YouTube channel, Some More News. Look that up. Really fun, brilliant little movie that they just put out the other day. It's just a really long YouTube episode, but with cameos from Macaulay Culkin and shit like that. Over 2 hour long thing. Very fun, very entertaining, especially if you find yourself on the, you know, the left that doesn't exist, you know, the socialist left of America, that the Democrats don't acknowledge exists. But absolutely recommending that channel just to like check it out. If you like John Oliver, you'll probably like Some More News a lot more, and then you might start thinking John Oliver's kind of not doing his, he's doing some good things out there, but it is kind of the publicly palatable, even though he's on HBO and it's like you got to pay for, but yeah. All of that to say, John Oliver won a lot of points back with me with this one. This is last week tonight's coverage of, you know, and reporting on William Barr, the Attorney General for Trump and for Reagan and Bush and, you know, all the dictators, all the war criminals, all the human rights violators. I mean, I say that as an exaggeration. And then I sit here and I laugh, and I sit here and have to reflect on, it's objectively true, though. But anyway, he won a lot of points back with me for something that he's going to say. If you want to, like, you know, find this on the video yourself, it's going to come up at, I believe it's 16 minutes and 52 seconds in the video. But we're going to lead in so that you can get a little bit of perspective on what he's saying before he says it. And then see if you don't go, oh, shit, like I went, oh, shit, he dropped a bomb when we get to it. So starting 30 seconds before, please enjoy this clip from John Oliver that won him back into my heart.
It's true. The DOJ identified Seattle, Portland, and New York as anarchist jurisdictions because they were permitting violence and destruction of property, with Barr saying the safety of the citizenry hangs in the balance. And protests against police brutality in black and brown communities during an economic downturn caused by a mismanaged pandemic that has disproportionately ravaged those same communities is not anarchy. It's well-targeted, fully justified fury at, to borrow a phrase, a lack of safety for the citizenry. Let's put it this way. If there ever is real anarchy, it won't be poor people getting shot. Now,
and there you go, ladies and gentlemen. One sentence in the man's base. He's won a room back in the cockles of my blood pumper. Did you hear the sentence? Did you hear what I heard? I mean, I know it's a little bit, oh shit, I could have turned it up even more. It's going to be lower volume for you than if you just watched it on your own. But again, we just jump back a little bit, lead up into it.
Defied fury at, to borrow a phrase, a lack of safety for the citizenry. Let's put it this way. If there ever is real anarchy, it won't be poor people getting shot. Now,
John Oliver, I mean, they are very careful with their language on that show. They're comedians doing politics, and these are written scripts, and they are very careful with their language there. And John Oliver just said, let's put it this way. If there ever is real anarchy, it won't be poor people getting shot. Now, I put an extra inflection on there to kind of put it how I interpret it, but anyway, that's the only politics that I want to talk about tonight is just, holy shit, John Oliver on HBO and YouTube just kind of half didn't really, but maybe threatened reality. And it's like, all right, John, you can come over. We'll split a beer. I mean, no, not in Korean. I'll pour it out for you. Can't wait for, let's see. It's been a while, but I still know how to count binary on my fingers. 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. Shit, I don't know. Was working on neighbor's car, but had to stop by. Dad never came back with proper tools to finish it today. Well, thanks for showing up. Mac it happen for however long you can or can't stay. I beat your Clustertruck speed run. Have fun. What speed run did you beat? Olanek 2. Let's see. Nice. So politics? No. I just had to like. John Oliver just said, it'll be anarchy when we start killing the rich people, not the poor people. And I wanted to point out that John Oliver just said eat the rich. But anyway, this is an intersection in somewhere Rochester Hills, Michigan, that is one of the most deadly in this county and the state and stuff. If you guys want to look at why it's the most deadly, that's like really fucking obvious. But that's also not what we're doing today. What we came here to do watch some of my old world records. I put things aside, set things aside that I'm interested in. I looked up, there's an intersection at someplace in Rochester Hills, and I have experience with intersections in Rochester Hills where I was ticketed for them because they're so deadly, because the city doesn't want to fix them because it would disturb their taxpayers, and by which I mean like big corporate taxpayers, like Target, like Walmart, like Meijer. So I looked that up. If you want to look at that later, play a little bit of in real world city skylines, what's wrong with this intersection? Why is it so many people die here regularly? And what would really obviously fix that? If you'd like to play that, we can do that later. Right now, I like to watch some of my speed runs back. I'll be here for a while, still early enough here for me. All right, make it happen. You want to watch some speed runs? I just want to watch like where I started in terms of like my first world record and come up and see how slow I was, because that's what's going to be amazing about this. I know from having reviewed some of them, and I also know just from having, just from being a speedrunner, that, we're about to see what was the world record at the time that it was recorded, that now is almost like silly to look back on. There are a lot of things wrong with Clustertruck intersections and trucks. We could review the game, the Clustertruck game, and hello and welcome, AJ. Should I play the audio here? I'll play the audio. We'll just watch. I don't know how to go about this, it's not like a reacts video for the sake of it being a reacts video. I made the playlist. I wanted to watch through it. I thought I'd do it, bring you along. I don't know how the hell to do this kind of a thing. I suppose we'll watch it and we'll leave the volume up a little bit and then I could talk over the top of it if I want. Is that the idea? How do people do this? Let's watch some Roninpawn, jump on trucks quickly.
Pawn!
Do it.
Down just a touch. Up and over, pull your knees up. Nice. 16.6.
Pull your knees up. All right, I don't know how to do this yet.
How's the fortune? Oh, come on! I was on the corner.
All right,
like
the speed run is.
Trucks.
He was on the corner.
They parked him in such a way as there were 17 corners.
There were 17 corners, and he.
You slipped me through all the corners.
And then I fell
didn't mess up. You messed up, game. Get your hit boxes checked.
The speed run is going to start now.
Why do you keep doing that?
So this is the beginning of the world record run.
I know that it's.
We come into 8-1, and I am in no hurry to get up to the front here. I remember this from the old days. No hurry to get up to the front because I'm just going to wait until I get that bounce. I'm going to jump across. Apparently, I used to take the outside line of trucks, which puts me on the second to the front truck and go through. Slow movement by today's standards. Into 8-3. Now, I'm going to guess that my method for 8-3 was to land on this truck on the right, jump one forward, then go through to the right, come off of this one, the middle one, and then dive into.
Okay, going back to the backup.
Okay, that didn't work out. I know what I was trying to do there. It didn't work out. I just had to back it up. Into 8-4, this is very, very random. They're just shooting trucks at places. They can, destroy you, push you all the way to the back, shove you into the ground, all kinds of things. And apparently, back in these days, to get the world record, you didn't need to run through 8-4 at full speed, which we can do. You could just land those trucks and wait on the way out. 8-5 shooting trucks now from the sides of you. Again, I know that I'm not really trying to get up there too fast because this front truck doesn't get close enough to the goal at the end if you're going too fast. So you gotta intentionally slow down to have the right timing and no ability. Either that or force a low percentage mega jump. which is probably what I'd do these days if I were gonna go back to World 8 and go for go for world record again, or just increase my PB. You're actually making it quite hard to talk there, Roninpawn, talking under the top of me, whatever that means. Again, apparently I'm not in that big of a hurry to get to the front. No ability, there's no way to get to the goal. Well, very low percentage chances of getting to the goal. You just want to land this truck, wait until you hit the clap right there, and then you can jump to goal. And then into 8-8. And yeah, what he's talking about, what former me is talking about there, is very much that on the previous level, the trucks have a tendency when you try to land on them to just stand up, and then you die. But this is another level where in no ability very much just locked. There's very little that you can do but wait to get to the front, try and get to the front truck before it hits that line there, and then take it out. I didn't get there, so I lost 0.3 of a second by what's showing in the splits on this run, and probably more because I'm faster these days. The back and forth here, very sketchy right here, giant hitboxes on that gear, very easy to get killed. Nowadays, I would go straight through it. I wouldn't touch down on the truck on the left. I'd just go straight to goal from that. My method for this hasn't actually changed much. I remember that I did come up with something different for it before I left no ability, but now that I'm back to no ability and running for second place again, I'm back to this method. What I was going for there was a dig on the inside of that truck so I could get a mega jump that would throw me straight to goal without having to land on him, wait, and then jump. But that...
How you doing, boy? Is that world record? Is that world record? Up in here! Roninpawn in the house! Clustertruck! What?
What? And there's Jermasian cheering. It's been so long we've been doing all this. And there's little magnets cheering on top of Jermasian cheering. 2 years later or whatever it is. How long? When was this, by the way? Just was February 5th, 2019. It's a year and a half. It's just a year and a half. Sort of. Ish. A little bit more. That's around there. Little magnets with the sub. 9 months and a 6-month streak. It is not energy draining to be at two places. Is it not energy draining to be at two places at the same time? How can you be in two places at once when you're not anywhere at all? It's a very deep reference. That is some... Well, I won't say it. I'll give someone a chance to be like, I know where that's from, and then say where it's from, because it's very deep. And if you know, then you can pat yourself on the back and also feel good about that somebody else knew and reminded you, because it's very deep. Did you have a pop filter on your mic that already has a pop filter? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Though, to be fair, that is an MXL 990 microphone. It's not the microphone that I'm using now. It is very, very wide open. It is less directional than this one is. If I push this off of me and I'm talking over here, I'm suddenly a lot quieter. It was a very open diaphragm mic, both for the front and the rear. So I had that indoor windsock on, and at times I had actually built a foam box to go around the back of it to try and make it more directional and stuff like that. But so that was sort of my way of killing room noise and trying to reduce the reflections off of the back wall. And then for the sake of like pop filtering, that I put a pop filter in front of it as well. It was a very, it's a good microphone for like studio quality recording in a nice, quiet space with a lot of, reflection killing stuff. This space is not necessarily that, so don't question my means and methods, for they are probably redundant, but they get the job done. It's like how you need 2 condoms for extra protection, or just for her to feel... What? Let's go on to the next run here and see what this one is. And this is actually going to be the same category. And we're talking about Noah at the beginning. I'm fine with, we don't need to hear about Noah. This is about me. It's all about me. Thank you very much. So same world. I remember this. I got a 3-minute, 3-second time that took world record from Trixie Mix, I believe, at the time. And then I hung back, even though I knew that if I would have gotten the clear right at the end, the final trick in 8:10 to do a little mega jump and go over it that I probably would have beaten the 3-minute barrier, but I wanted to give Trixie a chance to beat my 3:03 and take the world record back. So I laid back for, I think, like 2 weeks or something like that, and then I wanted to come back to it and see if I couldn't break the 3-minute barrier, because I knew that I could with the methods that I had. So this is that.
Makes me feel a little bit better. Start it again and go. Okay, up and over.
So again, we come into 8-1. Oh, don't leave me some audio there. We come into 8-1, and I'm going to move a bit faster, I think, throughout this run than I did in the past one that we just watched here. Still landing that same truck on the outside, still coming to the second one, and struggling to get actually on the tops of those. I forgot that 8-2 was a thing and didn't turn around, so I threw away like a second there. Coming up here, so this is an opportunity for me to, you know, pick up a lot of time over what we just saw by just doing this right, which is to land here, pop forward, nose grind this truck as it starts moving forward, go straight into goal, boom, immediately. We golded in the splits with it, but we immediately pulled back 1.8 seconds just by doing that right and not having to bring in a backup. Getting a little bit more fortunate, I think, on this one, but still not going like for the straight direct in method. On 8-4 that we have now. I just think we didn't realize that we could do it at that point. I don't know which of us figured it out. It could have been me. It could have been Wolfie. It could have been Spittle. It could have been Noah. It could, I don't even remember at this point.
Let's try not to do the stupid right, somehow missed this.
Now, wait a second. Can we go back to 8-5 because I was busy loading up a sneeze and talking? Did I manage to come through here with better speed and movement? It looks like I did, and went straight into goal with the not quite the latest jump. If I would have had more speed, then I could have done it a little bit earlier, but that was a pretty good early jump there. Pulled back half a second for us just on that level. And then we're just touching down on these trucks. If you were really going for world record these days, you'd have to skip that last truck. You can make the jump from the second to last truck and still get into the level complete, the level goal queue. This should go better too. We should pick up some time right here, because if I land on the front trucks before they cross that last barrier there, in fact, landing it with speed and being able to run can be faster than just waiting and running. You know, it will be faster than just waiting and running, so that might have been faster than I usually get that. That's why you might have heard me in the background saying, this could be gold, because if I can, like, land it at just the right moment while carrying speed and jump to goal, that's going to be faster than just sitting and waiting it. Should be a pretty standard, straightforward 8-8, just getting up to this truck and then landing this guy, waiting until we cross this line, and then jumping straight to goal. And then into 8-9, yeah, this should be the same as I did it, you know, in what we just watched before, just back and forth, and then here, I'm going to just touch down on this guy and go straight to goal. And now everything in this run is going to hinge at this point on clearing this level with that final little trick at the end of 8-10, the mega jump from the inside of this last truck that I missed last time. We're going to have a chance for it right here. Slide it in, get a mega jump. That means I don't have to sit and wait on that truck. I can go straight to these gears that have a solid hitbox for unknown reasons, and I come out 5.6 seconds faster than my 3-minute and 3-second world record, giving us a 2-minute 57-second time, and that's by RTA, not IGT.
Oh, sub 3-minute world record. World 8. I did it.
And there's little magnets cheering back in the day as well. How long has it been since this one? February 20th, 2019.
A year and a half, and the hair is kept in the exact same length and style.
My beautician, she's very good. My girl is very good. Breaking news, Pawn is a cool dude. Oh, well, thank you, Merciful Beast. I just use voice meter and hope for the best. For what? For what? Did you have a pop? Oh, yeah. I've also am using, even though, because Windows sucks, I'm also using voice meter for all this stuff, and I'm routing the audio into friggin' Reaper that's on the other screen. Then it comes back over, goes through Reaper, does audio processing, lands over here. I put it through a channel, give it the right volume, bring it over to OBS. All kinds of shit going on in my audio setup. The skin is a bit green. Alien. Here, I was getting over a lizard person phase, you know? Some people go through, like, you know, a goth phase. I had decided to inject myself with the genome of an alien race. I was just trying to get into the Democratic Party so that I could make them into a liberal party. Anyways, I don't want to talk about it. Guy in anime here takes the world record is the name of this one. Looks like we're going to be going for laser here. Could I possibly have... Oh, it's going to come up to that quality. In fact, I'm just going to staple it to that quality for today.
Can you then?
So, let's start again because I wasn't paying attention and I think it already began. So start her up. Laser world record from a year and a half ago or something like that. So this is the run. It's just started now, presumably. Pretty sure. And I'm bitching about that timing is RTA. Before we had IGT, before we had any idea of how to do like IGT potentially, you know? Well, it was still just a dream, but I have to, you know, click these buttons on the next level. That was a horrible 5-2-4-2 there. You know, I have to click that next level button really quickly if you're going to compete for world record in these categories back when we were timing by RTA, because it's actually, in some cases, more important that you click quickly the next level button than it is that you run fast, and that's why IGT was such a, you know, game changer and such a more accurate and fairer and nicer means of timing and of actual competition, because timing is actually based around who's the fastest runner as opposed to how fast does your computer load the next level and how fast you click a button that only half works. Hello, King Kozatov. I see you there in chat. So, we're going to have to, like, watch this one again, because I feel like I haven't commentated any of it. I've just been talking around it. Can we start again? I'm sorry if you're, you know, hey, this is what we came here for. So, the run begins. And I'm almost certain to not go that fast here because, you know, no, I'm moving at a pretty good clip, and I got good lasers for a 9.5. I probably wouldn't even try to compete without a 8.7 or better nowadays, but a 9.5 back then was pretty good. I've got good pace here, but I have to slow down at the beginning, and I'm coming out with a high 13. That would be like, it's got to be a low 12 at least on that if you were to compete today, or if I were to go for it today, and probably has to be sub 12. This one, we're just doing a method where we're jumping back and forth, very simple, very, you know, plain, very easy. Other runners at the time were trying to, like, do a mega jump and stuff. I found I was just as fast or faster by just going left and right, back and forth. Nowadays, we do some really amazing shit I do some really amazing shit in 4.3, where I go under the lasers and then across them and pick up massive speed and around and back and pop off things to do a spin in midair. But back then, that was, you know, a highly consistent and very speedy method. 4.6, this is the level that always, like, I still lose time to 4.6. This is my method. It's still my method to this day. It's not the fastest, but it is the most consistent for me. Out in a 10.1 can definitely come out in a sub 10. Actually, no, coming out in a sub 10 there is really hard. That 10.1 with that method is pretty damn good. Coming through here, we got really lucky on 4.7 to have enough trucks in the right places for me to get through there with that kind of a mega jump and those speeds. Now, I was playing in this level. This is the level where the frame rate of your monitor is a big impact on how the level actually occurs. It changes how the lasers behave, what their speed is. And back then, I had what I felt was a decent method for that incarnation, you know, playing the game at 60 hertz. Now I'm on 120 hertz on this monitor right now. Could be 144, but I can't be bothered to figure out why it's not. So I have no good method for that level now because I have to reinvent something.
Fucking click it! World record! World fucking record right there. Took me 19 seconds to click that next level button. That's world fucking record.
And he's not wrong. He's definitely not, he being I, is definitely not wrong. If we go back and watch, like the moment at which I actually cross the, okay, I don't know what I pressed to make that happen. The moment at which I actually cross this line, is going to be, We just press period to go through. And first frame of white on the level screen is the end of the run. And that was a 2:05:18 without even adjusting the beginning of the run, which also needs to be done in proper timing, even in RTA, just to make sure that the splitting started at the right time. Mr. Quack, and thank you, Jermasian, for answering. Yeah, IGT, in-game time, and just a moment. I'll be with you shortly, yes?
Pawn, hi, I've been away a while. I saw a really bad movie called Kung Pao, Enter the Fist, and with your why. I mean, hey, you remind me of the lead Stevie Dickert, just FYI. Also, ISNT at Election Day, how's that going, ducks and covers?
Swings and roundabouts. Hello, Darth Angelus. Welcome back. If you say you've been away a while, welcome back. Kung Pao Enter the Fist, Steve Odenkirk? Who? Not Bob Odenkirk? Steve Odenkirk? I don't know what, but thank you for, in the hair, it never changes. Thank you for the bits. How's Election Day going? We won't know until like 3 weeks from now, I guess, is what they're saying. But I'll tell you what, going into this, the pre-polls were showing Trump in the mid-40s in terms of like who you gonna vote for kind of polling, mid-40s or mid-40s, I think lower than 45. I think it was 44, but I don't know. Mid-40s and Biden in the mid to high 50s. So this should really resolve itself quite like, even within the bullshit system where like last time Hillary won, but Trump is the president somehow. She got more votes, but so it's looking like there's very little wiggle room on Trump winning this. That said, whether he wins or loses, he may just, roll out the military and keep office or something, and if he can find generals to do that for him, then maybe we just don't have a country tomorrow. We don't know. But, so how's it going? We're just going to review world records, not give a fuck. So, yeah, this is a 2:05:18. I wanted to say to Mr. McQuack, IGT in specific for Clustertruck means that we take out the time between the levels. I actually wrote a program in Python that helps moderators do that. And since I have become a moderator, so that's all it takes, is just write a Python program. But so I'm coming into the end of the level right now, and if we were moderating this by hand, we would come in, I would come in on in my NLE, in my nonlinear editing bay, in Adobe Premiere, and I would cut right here. And I would say, okay, everything that's from this frame where we've just entered it to this frame where we've just exited it and entered the next level. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. By the way, on YouTube, you can frame by frame move with comma and period, which they do because comma and period tends to have the less than and greater than signs. So it's kind of like pointing forward. So I would cut from the frame that I showed to this frame and remove all of that time. And so we do that between every level, which removes the time that it takes your computer to load the next level, because it varies widely and can have a massive effect on even these short categories like this, and a massive effect on the full game. So we remove all of that and just get it down to the time that you're in the level actually playing the game, and then give that as the official timing. Well, as the IGT. We record RTA and IGT, and if I get off my ass, now that I'm a moderator, and go and add some more like IGT times, go back to other runs and analyze them, I'm going to start, auguring for AJ in chat, who's also a moderator. Guy who basically said, you want to be a moderator? Got me through the door. I will start like going to AJ and Snakeathon and whoever else banging on the door and saying, can we change the leaderboards to default to IGT? So that, when you see ranks coming down, the notifications aren't telling you the RTA time, but are telling you the IGT winner. Because, I take 5th and get a notification that, I got 7th place and stuff like that. It's just, you go to somebody's profile page and, see my times in Clustertruck, and it says, 4ths and 6ths, and you go and look at them by IGT, and it's 3rds and 4ths and 2nd, it's that kind of stuff. So Hey, Ronin, or Pawn. Actually, I prefer Pawn. But hello, Nature Martian. I just downloaded Clustertruck. Got any tips? Enjoy it. Enjoy it. You know, just have fun. Jump on the trucks. You know. Watch out for RNG. Understand that the level is definitely random, even though it looks the same. It's not going to be exactly the same every time. Some of them are. Very few of them are exactly the same, but some of them are very similar. But most of them are trick of the eyes. Yeah, just enjoy it, and then if you decide you want to. You get to the point that you want to enjoy it a little bit more, then maybe speed run it. But don't try and do any speedrunner stuff. Just speedrun. Just run it, see how fast you can get the game done. And then if you're enjoying that, then start learning the speedrunner stuff. But just have fun. It's a great game. I love Clustertruck. Like, it's one of the best designed games of my modern life, I think. It's just really, really well made, visually it's a very simple thing that they're doing. You go, oh, well, it's really simple, so how could it be well designed? No, because it's very simple, they fucking polished the edges on everything. They made a unified experience that gets into your fucking senses and sucks you in, and it's brilliant. It's very, very good. Will you support the cause of the no movement category? No movement abilities. So is that, because I was reading and I was trying to scroll up, things move so quickly on the Clustertruck Discords or the Speedrunners Discord server. It's surprising. It's the fastest moving, biggest dumps per day channel, that I've gotten my feed on Discord. I was trying to scroll up and see what the no mov category was supposed to be, but I assume it's the opposite of no utility, right? It's like you can have a utility, but you can't have a movement ability. Is that what it is? I will consider your plea for IGT main timing. Well, hold my accountability to, I feel like the top 10 in categories where there are 10 across, everything should have IGT. Including the segments. The segments really need to have IGT. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna push a bunch of them through split RP, double check them, confirm the times, reasonably. Not gonna go through and chop them all up by hand, but I'm gonna push them through split RP and do what I do to confirm that, yeah, that's probably right. Opposite of no utility. Actually a lot more fun and contains a lot of unique techniques. Well, as a no ability man, I'd be interested, is no utility just portable truck, or is there a better... We need to keep going, though, here. So what's the next? That was my Laser World record. We've seen 2 world records in Steampunk World. We've seen 1 in Laser World. And he broke the world record by a single frame. I believe this is going to be in Forest World. I believe the truth is out there, and I believe in it. He believes. He believes in the truth. So we enter into World 2. This is still my strat right here, although nowadays I stop back there because I find that it's more consistently fast to pause back there, whereas here, I'm going for the fastest I possibly can. It's a 13.4. I could get that with a little pause back there and probably take a couple of tenths of seconds off. If you are going for the fastest method, then you do have to just rush past it and go for a... I can't remember now. It's been so long. Can you get a 12.3 out of there? That seems familiar. I did an incredible set of movement right here. Let's go back to let's go to the videotape and watch that again, because coming into 2-3, I do not have a good line. This is RNG where these trucks are going to be when we get up to the middle right here, and I don't have any trucks the way that I like to have them, which is, with a bit of an angle up, and then I can kind of get them and use them to give me a launch that sends me straight to goal. I don't have to touch on anything, which means, but I do have, what is also an unlikely circumstance, which is to have a lot of flat trucks. So what I do with that is I take the pop and then I boom, slam my face into that and go straight into goal. That is such good movement if you're just going to run the tops of the trucks and go straight in. That's incredible.
With the
Yeah,
9.6.
he agrees.
Bouncing off everything.
Into 2-4, completely different methods these days for this. I mean, not completely different, but I got a whole different routing on that. That was just slow-ass bunny hops. I mean, prevents death, but not particularly fast. Here, this is not particularly fast either. This is going to be the world record, by the way, and that was not particularly fast. We're in with a 13.3. That's ridiculous. You can get an 11-second time out of there. This, nowadays, if I were going for world record there, I would probably be looking to get the throw that I can get. I'm going to go back and show you right here. If I angle my nose just so, and grind this truck, I can get a throw off of it, a mega jump that will put me up and over this bridge and go straight to goal. It is so close, though, in terms of taking enough energy off of that mega jump to actually going straight into goal, that I'd say 60, like more than half the time, I will get the big jump that sends me up there. It's like, I got it. And then I'll fall off and I will die on the like on the verge of where it would have counted me, you know, crossing the level goal plane. So that's not the fastest. There's also the potential that even in no ability, you could do a right strafe at the beginning of the level back here. I can't remember if I've done this in no ability, but one of the ways is off of this truck right here, you immediately come down, grind your face into that, get a pop-up, throw, then you're on top of the trucks that are up there, for you. And then you can like get a bunch of speed running off of them, get the right timing and jump across and go straight to goal. Very, very low percentage in no ability to get that right, and, you know, if you've got half of the run behind you, I don't know. I'd have to see what I was running against and decide, and I would probably, I would favor just going for this, but with the big mega jump that sends me all the way to goal. Very touchy method as well. Into 2.7, these days I get so much speed off of that truck that I cruise right past it, I come off of another truck, I throw myself all the way out to the front trucks that we're sitting here waiting to go to right now. So, big changes in movement, but back then, even back then, that was sloppy. I wanted to be, you know, making progress the whole time, and I took a stutter jump, stutter step on one of those trucks. This also, pretty slow, but I did get caught up by a truck as I was moving through. 2.9, we want to fall off, we want to clamp down on this. That was way too early. Both of those are way too early on the jump. I wasn't falling off at all. Really slow old method here. And the fact that this was world record and I didn't go for a mega jump off of the side of that truck to send me in earlier, damn. Now, I was still trying to do the same method that I do today right there. It just didn't come in, but watch these ghost floats. The game just gave me that little magnetic levitation.
No! World record!
This is fun.
World record! World record! World record! World record! Oh! I don't even know if it's the world record. I was just so excited for it to be PB.
And there's Jermaine again. I have a remarkable ability to just like pause this thing right before somebody starts cheering in the video. But actually, in this video, this world record was by a single frame.
Please say hi to the future you for when you review this review in about 1.5 years. Also,
review it. Well, the problem is I'll have just paused it before you could get that cheer out. So I'm sorry in advance. But future me is going to pause the video before the cheer actually got read. And then it'll be sitting on screen for a good long time, but I won't like actually read it because I'll be looking into the webcam and talking. Blue house with a blue... No, we don't need to read that. This was so close. This was by a single frame between me and Trixie Mix, which meant that I did a race.
Those are UK hash browns.
And those are hash browns. Those are the good kind too. Those are the kind that I like.
2-minute 12.2. This is gonna be close.
So he's at 12:02.
This is gonna be really close.
I just came in with a 12:37 is what's showing on the splits. How really close is it? Boom. So I did a side-by-side race comparison. So up here is Trixie's run. Over there's me. You've just seen me, and we just talked about it. So watch Trixie instead. Is it before the breaking of the chair? Yes, it is. This is before the break. Even though I was throwing the chair around quite violently there, I hadn't broken the chair yet. The arms off of it, anyway. So we start. I'm just going to watch Trixie's run here and commentate for his. He got a little bit stuck up there, a little hung up, but it probably, it might not hurt him. Yeah, it doesn't look like it hurt him too much. He comes out. We're very close with our times through there. He's coming across to the right. He's landing the top of it, taking the jump over here, manages to stay alive, and he's got an early front-running truck there that allows him to keep his speed and go. That is RNG if you're going to get that truck that's already going under the log by the time you get there. He gets the kind of, like, you know, loft truck that I want to see. Doesn't make much of it, but, you know, still a little bit faster than my clear, I believe. Moving through here, just generally moving faster, but also moving more dangerously, as you could see from that. And still, we came in, like, with reasonable times, but his methods were a little bit, like, more dangerous and had a potential to give you more speed. Here, he's stopping and waiting, but he did come to the front very quickly, whereas I kept my speed through the level. He's waiting here. He's coming up to the third truck back and then going forward. I think he's losing time to me on that method. I mean, I'm behind right now, but he's got to be losing time to me there. I come through with a 9.5 by landing on the second back trucks. Those were the third for him. Here, he gets a lot ahead because he did not pause. If I go back again, he kept the speed and went through. I did that little stutter step in my landing. So I'm losing almost a full second to him on that. But I'm about to get it back because I remember this. He got screwed right there. He got really screwed. Just bad RNG. Truck popped up on him. He had to land far back. So we're coming in about a half a second difference instead of like over a second difference into 2.9. My 2.9's good and slow. His 2.9... He didn't, yeah, neither of us really pulled this off very well, but he gets to the front with speed and goes straight there. I'm just sitting there waiting. Look at this. I'm like now 2.5, 3 seconds behind, coming into 2.10. But look at Trixie's method. Go back again. Trixie comes in, he's just, this is casual. This is casual routing to just hop those logs, and then just, you know, he's got a good run behind him. He's trying to protect it, and look at this. No. The difference of, like, my clear was probably 14 seconds, 13 seconds. His was probably 18, 19 seconds on this level. I mean, look at where we're coming in. He is in, like, 210 right now, and I am in 210 now. Okay? But he is 3 logs back right now. Go forward. He's up, he's over. I'm over the top of the second log right now as he's going over and has to land on the truck that he's on right now, the front truck. Boom. We've both just landed, you know, basically at the same place. I just saved all of that time just by coming into the level the way that I come into the level. We're both kind of even now in our position. I'm coming across here. I'm getting this nice magical levitation that I got, really lucky. He's taking the jump. We're both hitting this, and this is what... If you just step by step through here, boom. I just hit the level goal. Next frame, he hits the level goal. And, you know, this is the visual representation, but obviously you confirm this on the video timeline and stuff like that. But, yeah, this is, you know, really it. No! And then I remember I did like a whole, like, with the video editing and stuff, I reversed everything and pulled it back. The lamps in the view. And showed that we actually start on the exact same frame, that I've lined the frames up of the game, and check this out. Boom. Because my computer is faster, I'm already in the game. My level is starting to load, and his hasn't yet. And then his loads up behind me. So it's like, you know, Trixie's run probably beat mine by IGT here. Maybe. I don't really know. We'd actually, there's a lot of considerations for that. But if it's down to that single frame, then, you know, even by RTA timing, the fact that Trixie's computer was a little bit slower than mine and took that extra couple of frames to load it means that his run was actually better than mine, but my computer was faster. I think. Is that what that means? I don't want to, it's hurt my brain to think about. I think that's what that means. By the way, invest in BAT today because the price is down. See, it's down several cents from where I bought it. If I had to sell my BAT right now, basic attention tokens, people. Come on. You've heard of cryptocurrency, right? This isn't actually cryptocurrency, but you've heard of it. I'm invested in a position in BAT, and I want you to buy it today because it'll help my position in BAT. But it's actually down, you know. It's at a place where I wish I hadn't bought at the time I bought, but I also, I still would have bought then. You know, there's no version of reality where I didn't buy then because I didn't want to worry about it. It took me months to get my money on the market so that I could do it. Well, to get Discover Card's money on the market so that I could make the purchase. So I just wanted it purchased and done, and it was at what I considered to be a very low point for it. It's now like 4 cents lower from where I bought it, or 3 cents lower or something like that. Do we eat BAT? Maybe. I mean, if I get rich off of it, you'll be eating it because, you know, then you'll be eating the rich. You know, when the election cycle ends and the country implodes. And if I'm rich, I put myself into a position with BAT where I hope to make $5,000. I hope to make $5,000. And I see it as pretty much a guaranteed kind of a thing. I mean, there's always a risk, but it's just about guaranteed. I'm just waiting for, you know, the price to spike, which it will do. Is obviously my projection. It will do. It does. All of these things do. They have spikes, periodic spikes, and then the market corrects. Next spike, I'm going to own enough BAT that when I sell it, I'll have made, you know, $5,000 in a single trade. But it will probably take 3 to 6 months for it to spike again. So, yeah. And buy more, says Jermasian. I could actually spend someone else's money to buy more. I'd have to get more. I borrowed the money from my Discover Card to make the investment in the first place, but you ain't just whistling Dixie there. I know some people with some money, and yeah, this lower price, another investment of the scale that I invested in the first place would probably turn that $5,000 profit that I'm expecting and hoping for more. Hoping to see it be like $10,000, you know, that'd be great. But I'm expecting a $5,000. That could turn, we could make that 12. We can make that $12,000 profit when the next spike comes. And I do feel confident enough to leverage more money in there if I have more money to play with. You're not wrong, Jermasian. I will consider that. We've been here almost an hour. Let's look at one more world record. I think this will be 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll be moving on to the 5th. There are 11 of these in Clustertruck that we're going to look at today, so we're almost halfway through. But let's look at one more world record, and then we'll have a live stream break. So this is going to be Sci-Fi World.
Give yourself over to the pawn!
Okay, we'll just turn him down as it begins. So we come into 7-1, and let me just look at that again and see if I came in on the truck that I'd now come in on. Yeah, stopping here, you're setting yourself up on the back left corner of this truck, getting thrown, and my question to myself is, am I going to go straight to the goal? It looks like I am. So this is modern methods for a 13-6. Now check this out. Am I going to get a good clear of this? Nah. No. You can get a 10.6 out of here if you move correctly. This is going to be an 11.4. So that's, you know, 0.8 seconds that I could have had if I would have known or done it at that point. Good method for this as well. Still the method that I'm using for knowability. These must be becoming like more modern speedruns. I wonder if this one was not so much a year and a half ago and more like 8 months ago or something. Good 7-3 into 7-4. We need a little bit of luck. We did not get it. We got slowed down. We're behind the second missile here, so we're losing, you know, a second and a half, 2 seconds, just because the RNG didn't work out well for me. Yeah, like 2 seconds there. Easily 2 seconds, maybe 3, over what it could have been. And still in these splits, looking good. We just got launched into the air off of some RNG missile nonsense. Now my question to myself is, do I have the fast method here, or am I going to wait? I'm gonna wait. So this world record, in fact, it's a very recent, modern, like, discovery. And I think it was Spittle, which is now Alice, right? Who exposed this one, who discovered this. If you have the right speed from here and the right momentum, then you can land this truck right here, I believe. You land this truck right there, and then you get a bunch of speed coming off of it, and you go up to... I think you land on this truck right here, the one in the middle, up there, and then you just keep that speed and jump straight out, and you don't have to stop here and wait. And that saves a lot of time. All the time that I'm sitting in here waiting, and then even though I'm jumping early in the middle, almost got myself killed there. Definitely lost time to that movement. And lost time in these splits as well. Oh, and I just said this is not world record, but let's have it be second place. Got bad RNG from that one. It's okay because we need the right timing when we get up here. And I just went because, you know, I felt that I was behind and didn't want to lose more time. I think that was good. I think it was a good call.
We got a chance. Yes. Okay.
And I golded it. I golded it with 4.3 seconds ahead in the splits now. How does this go? I've changed this. See, I'm still holding the spacebar right now. Still holding the spacebar. Still holding... Now I'm off the spacebar at the top. Now I'm playing with it. Nowadays, I don't hold the spacebar at all. Like, from the moment that I get hit by that blower that sends us up on this one long arc, I don't hold it at all, and I come up with a 20.3, 20.4 easily. Coming into this, the longest level of the game, not really much to say about this because it's no ability percent, so you just have to wait until the very end, and then you get one chance to risk something if you'd like to. And I'm sure I will be risking it for a good mega jump. We need a good mega jump off of the last truck, the front truck in this row. I want to land on this guy, wait to see those two trucks ahead of us come in. Now go! I'm late on going, but I did get a good mega jump out of it. Gets me caught by the blower, we're thrown up, and we're out. And you save like 2 seconds off of that. 43, low 43 instead of a 45. This is the wrong truck, but it worked out this time.
I can go. Okay, I had to land.
It might be, it's a faster truck though than what I do today, probably. But it's way less consistent. 8.1 seconds ahead, holy crap.
We are here, this is it.
And I'm going for the all skill no luck method. All skill no luck, all skill no luck, all skill no luck. And it still didn't really help me.
World record!
Oh, he's a happy boy.
I didn't think I had it on there, Ron, but I got it. Oh my god, my head. Oh, I kind of feel like I'm gonna puke. Is this what world record feels like?
But if I can go back to that last little movement there, like now my method is actually to get hit by this blower, get blown up, turn around immediately, and then face that blower, and I can come back down on it one more time. I lose time to doing that, almost, you know, just as a general rule. But if I play this right, and I'm fighting this waterfall correctly, I can put myself in a position where when this truck comes out, we can hit it at the, you know, first frame possible where we won't get caught by these blowers above, that if I get too close, they'll shove me off that way, and I can come in a sub 15 second time without taking too much risk. But it didn't work out right, and I had to touch that truck again, so it's a 15.3. There's also, of course, the very difficult in no ability method, which is you could just come in here and go to the left this way, and try and get blown by the path of blowers into the side of the truck, and you will have, it's not guaranteed, but you have a good likelihood of getting a couple of iframes, not iframes, but like in, you know, a second and a half, 2 seconds where the blower won't blow you again. And that would allow you to move into this tunnel and go straight to the goal instead of having to wait the extra 5 seconds for it, and that can be more like a 10-second time instead of a 15-second time. But yeah, that's another world record apparently at the time. I'm kind of curious if we step forward, did I show the world record, the current world record, like what it was beating, 338? And apparently it was a 337.33, but no, doesn't look like I showed it on the screen at the time. That's a shame. But yeah, wow. 8.1 seconds ahead, ending with a 7.7. That's... it's not good anymore, but it was good back then. AJ says, "Oh, I hold the spacebar a little. It's safer. It's safer. But yeah, I think I've gotten comfortable with the movement, and I actually started doing it in any percent, and didn't realize that I could get away with it in no ability. Then came back to no ability and tested it out, and was like, no, I can still get away with it. So yeah, just a little bit faster anyway. At least the way that I do it. Everybody's got a different method, so it could be. We were going to take a live stream break after that. When we come back, we'll be moving on to how this boss skip changed, how this one glitch skip changed the Clustertruck speed run forever, which contained a world record that I set in hell. The shittiest and hardest of the world records to get, as far as I'm concerned. Jumping and the spacebar is so magical in Clustertruck. Yeah, the spacebar is like... it's a parachute, It's a slight parachute. And I think Snakeathon was the first person to, really qualify that. Testing and shit like that and do a side-by-side analysis. It's really, obvious once you've, if you've tried it. But if you haven't tried it and thought about it, I wonder if you fall faster if you aren't holding spacebar. It just doesn't even occur to you that it would have an effect. It does. It has a significant effect on how fast you fall. 4 to 5% slower. That's a lot slower, especially on some of these, these levels where, especially in Winterworld, where the whole thing is just jump out and fall to the goal. That said, most of them in Winterworld, you do have to hold the spacebar in no ability percent, because you aren't going to get to the goal if you don't. But yeah, let's take a 7-minute break, and then we'll come back and carry on. We're just slightly less than halfway through this list, which is good because it means that there's more fun to be had in taking this little stroll down memory lane. I hope you'll be back here with me in 7 minutes for the continuation of Roninpawn, blah, 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 blah. Like that bell and hit that sub and all of that shit. Pawn not out is what I'm getting to. Oh, we're going to do the sad music. I like this song, though. Just don't get too depressed. Meet me back here in 7 minutes. Hello, I am the Roninpawn, and welcome back to a twitch.tv/Roninpawn live stream on twitch.tv. This prank was sponsored by the letter P. P, when you can't hold it anymore. You set it down and move on to Q. Welcome back to the live stream. We're just having a stroll down memory lane looking at my old world records, because I made myself a playlist of them. Just got it in my head to do so. It's on the youtube.com/Roninpawn main page. Top list of a playlist will be this one, Roninpawn's World Records, if you want to check it out yourself. But I wanted to, I did it. Seemed like a reasonable thing to do if you've got a YouTube channel and you're a speedrunner, so I did it. And then I was like, oh, I kind of like to watch these back. The next one that we're going on to, we watched 5 of them so far, older runs. This one was September 27th, 2019, so a year ago, plus a few days. And that's why, while we were watching that one, I was like, most of these methods are pretty modern in my knowability run. But we're about to look at Hell, and this is going to be a horrible, horrible run through Hell. Although this is a very, cool video that if you haven't seen it before, I recommend you watch it. I, did a little bit of production here. I'll play the intro, and then we'll skip ahead to the speed run, but...
In the beginning, there was Cluster, and there was Truck, and there was Satan. In November of 2019, an old glitch skip that had allowed speedrunners to put in a 19-second IL clear of Clustertruck's final level would be given new life as a run-viable method for defeating the Dark Lord, Cluster Satan. A task that had previously taken nearly 40 seconds would now average 25. And the skip that makes this possible would be called... Unless you don't like the name, we can change it. I'm open to notes.
It's fun. So yes, that was, I don't know who did it first, but the earliest footage that I could find was, I believe, of Tascano's, doing a version of this skip where you jump up onto, if I just fucking mute it, basically, at this point, because it's going to be, let's see, scroll forward to somewhere where I'm doing it a bunch over and over on loop. You jump to Cluster Satan's arm as he is first clapping his arm down and press yourself into this one truck that's on the side of his wrist. You have a very good chance, it's not guaranteed, but a very good chance that you'll get enough lift and loft and speed once the game glitches, incidentally. Why? His arm just disappears. His arm has suddenly snapped from here to the end of the level. Presumably because the level is built so that it detects that if you're at a certain height, then the arm needs to be there. You should have gone all the way around this path, this path here, all the way up there, and, climbed Clustertruck's arm. His arm, depending on when you start getting there, he converts into the animation where he moves his arm over and then slaps it down over there, and then you're supposed to climb it. So by being this high, and in the level goes, oh, his arm really needs to be over there at this point, and suddenly snaps it, glitches it, just boom, it's out of the way. You have a very good chance, if you nosed into that truck correctly, to get launched. Like I just got this sort of mega jump launch that puts you up here without having to actually do the work of climbing Cluster Satan. And then once you're up here, it's a matter of lining up this run-in to hit the button, and hitting it from the side in just the right way that actually, I suspect that what's going on is by hitting it from the side, we're coming in at a point where you hit the button, and the button gives you an initial loft, but it also resets the button to be hit again, because you're supposed to have to come and run back up You're supposed to be shot into the air. You have to land back down on that circle over there and run the whole thing again. And now they've added lasers and extra challenges, and then run all the way back up to the top and hit it again. We come in at the side. We glitch sort of into the model. It launches us up at the same time as it sets the button to be hit for the second time. And then because we're inside the button, the hitbox for the button on that frame, it counts that we hit it again, and then it launches up as though we did the whole thing twice, and it ends the game. So that's what's going on here. And as you can see, that particular clear came in at 25.6 or something like that. We've just been launched up. Maybe it was 25.7, something around there. And that's about what this method averages. And as I narrated earlier, it used to take an average of 40 seconds, 30, 36, somewhere 38, somewhere around there to climb all the way up and then line this up in no ability and run into it. And you can be risky, and there are other methods where you come down from the top of it and hit it from the side and strafe into it and stuff like that. But for the consistent method, about 38 seconds, I would guess. So getting this in on an average of 25, really big change to no ability to be able to save that much time right at the end of the game. And in fact, yeah, there's my fastest version. Snakeathon was the fastest version that I could find of this. Snakeathon had put this method in 19 point something seconds, like a low 19.1 or 2, if I recall correctly. And once I was developing this and trying to figure out if it could be made consistent, which is what I did here, was make it consistent. So now top runners, can do this and do this regularly. I was looking for, boom, that faster kill, 18.4. So as far as I know, I have the fastest clear of that. But it's something that's very hard. You'd have to just post it and be like, it's the fastest, and who would? But as far as I know, that's the fastest recorded footage of being able to do it this way in no ability percent. That said, this whole thing built up to my little call at the end of the episode, which was like, and now that this method exists, you could be the first one to ever clear, to ever use this in an actual run. And then I go, no, you couldn't. I already did it. And so what we're about to watch is a bad run of hell that was definitely going to come in slower than world record at the time. But because there's a 12-second time save at the end, 12 to 15-second time save at the end that's just been developed, this was a world record. That's all I was going for, was I wanted to be the first person to actually use this. And this is how I used to do 9-1, was those 3 delaying jumps that put me into the right pattern to come through here, land on the top of this one, and go straight to the goal for a 14.6. I can do that. I remember now I can do that in a sub 14. And maybe I'll just go back to that. It's definitely not the fastest way, but it's a decent method. This is also not the fastest 9.2 that I've got in my pants anymore. It's not what I go for, but it is a backup that I use. So that's not as fast as it could be. Nonetheless, we're half a second ahead coming into 9.3 over my personal PB in hell at that time. We are going to get screwed in 9.3. I do remember this. In 9.3, you are hoping for the just good RNG that will allow you to come out in about 16 seconds. If you get that load, then it's probably going to be a 20-second clear. I managed to get out in 19 point something there. This is also, wow going. This is how slow I'm going right now. I had to go around in a circle, but because I know I've got all that time save at the end, I'm like, this is still viable. And all I'm trying to do is set the world record and put the first run on the leaderboards that uses this method. So I keep running on it. We're 6.5 seconds behind in our splits right now. And I pulled some back, but did not click the next level button in anything near a reasonable time, so it actually turns into, by RTA timing, 0.2 seconds time loss, even though I ran the level really well. Or well enough, anyway. This is also not the ideal throw, but going straight to it without touching down another truck is, good for if that's the circumstance you got. 9.7, the most difficult level in the game, I argue, regardless of category. Kind of a bullshit level here. In no ability, it is run killer. We recently were on a new PB run in, my latest attempts to get a new PB in no ability, and 9-7 right at the end of the game was the one that completely took it away from me. I'd lost time, we were a minute and 10 seconds, minute and a half ahead. I think a minute and 10 on the one that I'm thinking of. Whoa! There you go. And we had lost a lot of time, but I still had green time, and then I hit 9-7, and I lost like 40 seconds of green time. Here, I'm setting up to take a little pop there and get out to, apparently we're going to land the third truck this time. Depending on which truck you land in no ability, you have to change up your movement a little bit to make sure that you're going to land on the trucks. Ooh, I went for it? Okay. I didn't, and look, we're 2.5 seconds behind. I pulled back so much time over PB in the last half there. But this is the first time on the Clustertruck leaderboards that anyone pulled this off in a run. And it wasn't like the full run, but it was the first time that our leaderboard saw this method in an official timing. Now I gotta get up here, line up this shot. And by the way, one of the, if you're looking to try and line this shot up, okay, stop here, and then what I'm looking for right now is, you see this line of the terrain, the edges there. That line, I'm getting it lined up with, if I could get me out of the way, I probably can't get me out of the way, but you can see the curve of the truck tire here. So right where the truck tire meets the frame of the truck, I want all of these lines pointing at the same place. And that is sort of my visual cue that I've got the angle set. And it's still, it's because it's in 3D, you can still get it wrong even though you follow that rule, but it's a good place to start and then develop your own feel for it. So once I've got this lined up, I then nose up a bit because I want to hit my head on the top of the truck as I pass through. I want to bounce my forehead off of that. Just like that. And this is the fail skip. I died, but my corpse was on the button and it hit the button twice, and so it triggered the end of the game.
In 3 minutes and 15 seconds or less, world fucking record!
So that was the world record at that time. Thank you, Lenovo. I'm very interested. Can we see what that actually was? Slow-mo instant replay, at least according to the timer that's on screen, which isn't necessarily accurate. 3 minutes, 14 seconds, and that was a horrible run through hell, but had all that time saved thanks to the new 9-10 method. Very cool moment, and, that's definitely something that I suppose if I'm going to be proud of something that I've done in Clustertruck, I'm proud of that because that's a major method that, I didn't invent it, but I proved that it could be made run viable, that you could get good enough at it, that if you did it right, that it could be consistent enough that it would make sense to go for it. And now I never not go for it, In fact, that method is so fast that if you miss it and you know that you missed it on the first attempt, you can do it again and you'll still clear the level, without losing any time and probably saving a little bit of time over if you had gone all the way up. So you get 2 chances before you're losing time over the old method. So yeah, if there's anything that I should be proud of in Clustertruck, it is that, because that's something that I contributed to the run, not something that I got for me, my world record that I tacked on the end there, but that is the method for serious no ability runners to this day even. The only thing that really is better or potential is to do it with a pause boost, which in no ability is so inconsistent that I can't imagine anybody getting good enough at it that they would put it in a full game run. So I'm proud of that one, is my point, I suppose. Risk skip is unique. Yeah. And it was, Taskinos had a version of it, Snake had a version of it, and all I really added to it was the setup of getting on top of that truck and waiting and listening. For me, it's listening. For others, it's watching the animation cycle. But for me, it's listening to the roar of him, you know, getting ready to slam his fist down. And then, you know, you're putting yourself right on the edge of the truck. So the next time that you tap A, you tap to the left on the keyboard, you will fall off. And that means that you can have really fine control over the moment in his audio or visual cycle that you initiate your fall off and jump, so that you can get the timing down, so that you can have a really good chance of hitting that that truck on his wrist. But that's all I added to it. But it took a lot of fucking work and a lot of grind to prove that it actually worked. You know, I had to get good at it. I imagined it and then believed that it could be made consistent, and then had to make it consistent, and then had to put it in a run. So, yeah, proud of that one. So I took the world record, and I'm mad. This is going to be one of several that we're probably going to look at where... Well, this one isn't it, but we're going to get to the ones where me and Wolfie, I was not happy with the man. Not happy with my fellow runner, Wolfie, because I'd be fucking running a segment and developing methods live on stream, and then by the time I had finished creating a method that got me a new world record in the segment, he'd have already posted on Discord that he just used the method I came up with to beat my time, but also just running against me in general while I'm running live on stream while he's watching and won. And I know, because I can see in his world record, that he's got my audio. He's watching my stream while he's running against me, which is fine and fun and fair and whatever, but it's not like good sportsmanship. Give your fellow runner the chance to like do the thing that they're doing while they're doing it is what you'd like to see. It's not a rule. It's good sportsmanship. So we're going to come up on those. I think I'm mad about this one because it's world record, but it's not, because IGT, and we hadn't really invented IGT enough yet. Yeah, wow. I've got my first versions of my auto splitter on screen here. I got the Python output on screen showing the IGT timing of it as we go. Wow.
There ain't no pulling back the loss of 4 seconds.
Yeah, and it worked pretty good. This was like the first version of my auto splitter too.
Ooh. Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, so I'm not even watching the run because I'm so like captivated by the fact that I've got my splitter. Oh, and damn it, the splitter's stuck. It's stuck. The Python thing, I must have scrolled up a little bit on it, and now it's not going to move. Like, it's working, obviously. You can see it working the live split, but the output isn't moving. Damn. All right, so I'll pay attention to the run. So 3-4, we bounce off of this one. That's a very good bounce for a low 12. You can definitely go sub 12, but that's pretty damn good in no ability to get that timing. Decent 3-4, good 3-4. Just getting it first time, I think, back when I was running this, was kind of a coin flip for me. I still wasn't good enough at the 3-5. Did a little pause right there. I'm going to try and get a bunch of speed together and have just enough to throw myself to the goal in 11.1 instead of having to wait around for like a 13-second clear. Going for a mega jump off the side of this. We got a good one. It's not too high. It's very directional. We're in 8 seconds. In fact, it's a gold in these splits. And then this is my old method for 3-9. If I were doing this today, I would have to go for my new method that comes in with sub 11 if I hit it right. I wonder what I do on 3-10 here. Do I go out to the right, get the speed, then go up, over, and come through? I do! That is the fastest method in no ability that I am aware of, and I invented that one too, as far as I know. Very, very tricky, and it relies on RNG for me to get to the end of the game and go for that. You gotta have balls, because you're ready to throw things away. 3-4 no move is very unique because of portable truck. Might do it for any percent. 3-4 for... I want to watch that 3-10 again. I'll tell you that. I want to watch that 3-10. So, I mean, this is how I go for it these days, but usually I have to pull off of it when I'm in the full game because it's not going to work out. The trucks have to be in just the right position. You get out, get speed from there. You get out, get speed from there. Need a truck right here so you can pop high. Very important that this jump be early, and it's the jump that comes from here. I don't want to get like a deep runoff and jump. I need to jump high so that I can get over that bar And then if there are trucks here, a lot of fucking RNG involved, then I can whoop, cut that corner real tight, come out with a 12.2. Gold on 3 different levels as I was doing that. And we come in with a 128.78 IGT. And I presume the rest of this is going to be me talking about analyzing the world record and finding out that my IGT is faster. And, you know, so it was, even in the description, I'm mad, and then I also, like, oh no, in the comment here, I'm mad at the situation, which is that our leaderboards are currently forced to time by RTA because the auto splitter we use is limited to that functionality, and timing by any other method would be an impossible task. So again, I'm just angry because it sucks that my world record run will have to be submitted as a 4th place run for now. There is no internal community drama here, you know, but I was mad anyway. And it's a good clickbaity video title that gets people to tune in. I took the world record and I'm mad. Why is he mad? Well, I'm mad because, you know, we don't have the capability yet to integrate IGT. Not because somebody stole it from you or somebody's cheating. Or, no, just because of that. Oh, well, that seems reasonable. Thank you for the entertaining video. See, that's how, ideally, how clickbait works. But most of the time it just works. 10 top best things that the dogs did 2002. You won't believe. And then you click on it. It's like, I actually would believe that that's happened. I've seen all of this footage before. You fucking whore. But I do occasionally play with clickbait, which you would know if you'd seen my 12 Days of Clickbait video, series rather. Which is also on the main page at youtube.com/Roninpawn. Scroll down, look for the 12 Days of Clickbait playlist, go to the oldest video and start playing. I think it's the first video and it plays all the way through. I think that's the way I set it up. That was a hell of a project. I'm proud of that as well. Ronin's gotten world record a couple of times in the past for ILs. I am mad because the numbers are different slightly. Ah! I mean, not slightly in, you know, depending on how many decimals you put, but apparently this world record fastest runner who'd ever run it was 4th by RTA. So, you know, pretty reasonable to be upset. Not that I was legitimately upset, but... so this one, sub 2-minute Laser World, new world record in Laser World. Wow, good. We've already watched a Laser World today, so this should be, you know, a Laser World that's better than the one that we previously watched, obviously. So I'm curious to see what my methods were in this one and how fast I come out. 4-1, going good and fast. If you're going to be competitive in Laser World, you just got to, like, take a fast route and hope the lasers get out of your way. That was at least sub 9. It wasn't great, but it was sub 9. Coming across here, do I have the pattern down? Have I got the right hits? It's okay. It's okay for a sub 13. Not the fastest, but okay. And I'm doing the new 4-3. I'm doing the 4-3 that I do these days. Didn't quite... Oh, no, that's right. I was doing the mega jump there. What do I come in with that? 11.6. I can do that with or without the mega jump just by moving well once I've landed these days. Do I get the pattern here as well? I do. We need to look at that because I've been struggling for 4-4 since I came back. So short hop to here. Short hop to there. Mid hop. Short hop out. Really? I just watched that a couple of times here. So, little one, 2 ahead, another little one to there. On to you. Another short, and out for an 8.6. Yeah, 8.6. Low 8.6 that time. Again, not the best, but pretty damn good in knowability. You know, in any percent, you can just, like, get some speed, jump to the outside, and lev your way to goal, and then the only thing limiting you is how... late on the anus, he says. The only thing limiting you is the... you know, lasers that are strafing in front of you. You have to wait for those to pass. But in knowability, you know, you can't lev, so you gotta move. When I upload this VOD to the Roninpawn VOD channel, I'm gonna get copyright strikes for stealing content. I probably will get notices. You know, the way that actually works now is now that they've integrated, you know, after 7,000 years of doing it unfairly, and still this isn't entirely fair, but, I mean, their system isn't entirely fair, but this is the best, this is how they should have been doing it from the beginning. You get a notification in your dashboard where you can click and review and see the video that they say has your footage in it, and then it's up to you whether to do something about it. That's just months that's been on the books. The only people who were allowed to do that before were companies who had CMS accounts, content management system accounts. So it was basically Universal Music Group, Sony Music Entertainment, Walt Disney, and all their little sub-distributors, CD Baby, and all the big video houses as well, Warner Brothers and all that sort of stuff. But that system was exclusive to them. And so if you were just a content creator and people were stealing your footage and you didn't have a CMS account, which cost millions of dollars to get, you were just, if somebody stole your shit, then all you could do was like file a DMCA strike and force it to be taken down, as opposed to say, I'm going to let you use it, but, I'm going to make the money off of it if you're going to be using my footage, which is an option that really should only be available under certain circumstances, but is always available to people with CMS accounts. Anyway, Pawn before and after No Shave November. Did I have a beard in the last one? I'm starting to. Or you just mean now? Because I'm starting to. I just haven't. I'm not a clean boy these days. So, all right, just getting back into the run. 4 or 5. Apparently, I think I'm a little late on the anus. I don't think I was. I think I'm exaggerating. That was a bad entrance into 4-6. They gave me a bad lead-in. This is going to be a little bit slower than I'd like it to be because of that. 10-3. And nowadays, I'd have to go for a faster method, probably through there to be competitive.
There you go.
But I did manage to pull that off. I don't think I've pulled this off since I came back to no ability percent. So let's watch it again. Because, yeah, there's a little grind there, there's a pop, a thing, but then it's down to getting, like, a really good mega jump from there. And then you hit here, take a little short hop. I have gotten it in. Just not particularly smoothly, according to me. Or very rarely smoothly. And that's my safe method if you're at 60 frames per second on your monitor, which no longer applies to me. I missed this, though, and that's a second and a half time loss that I could have had if I would have gotten a mega jump there and managed to get over the lasers at the front. But we only lose 1/10 of a second in the splits. I reset as we come in order to get a stable start for this, because there's a there's a 95% consistent method, and this is it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Run faster, jump higher.
World record. Oh.
He got himself the world record.
Half the things I wanted. Oh, the world record. I got the world record.
You got the.
I don't know, but I didn't know it was me. I didn't know it was me. World record.
I'm a silly man, aren't I? I'm confused. What did they do against DMCA? Sorry? Baffle 1? What did they do against DMCA? Whom? But I can explain just generally and briefly. So there's the copyright claim system on YouTube and copyright strike system on YouTube are completely separate from the DMCA. The copyright strike system is based on DMCA principles, but it has nothing to do with DMCA, which is a legal action protected by the federal government, Digital Things Copyright Act, Digital Media Copyright Act of 1902, which is, about as relevant as it is to the internet. But so those systems are separate. You got, YouTube has given big media holders the ability to come in and claim that your content is their content, which they have used to claim that any usage of their content, even when it's quite clearly fair use and protected under law or is critique, and therefore you can use clips of it, as well as things that exist in the public domain that CD Baby just claims all this fucking music that, no, it's public, it's open source, it's public music. But so they can come on and just, say, we're taking your money because your 5-hour live stream shows a 12-second clip of something that we say is ours. So, we'll take all of the money from that. And that's how the system has been. And that was never a system that was open to creators on YouTube until just a few months ago. Now we can make claims. Now individuals can make those same claims. Copyright strikes tend to come down because of DMCA actions, but they are a separate system from DMCA. You can get a copyright strike without actually having DMCA filed against you because it is an internal process by YouTube. Most of the time that process is triggered by a actual DMCA action. And when you get a copyright strike on YouTube, it tends to be because DMCA has been engaged. Now, if you get a copyright strike on YouTube, DMCA has been engaged, and that means that what you need to do is write a rebuttal or write an anti-claim, what's the words I'm looking for? It's got to start with because my mind went to rebuttal. It's a refusal. It's a you're wrong. So you write a little you're wrong thing and send it back through YouTube, at which point now it's contested. So now the DMCA action as well as the strike is contested. And the way that DMCA law works, if they don't sue you within, I think it's like 11 days, a weird number. Maybe it's 14 days or something, but it's not like a 60-day period. If they don't sue you after you send them a re-wrong, as Cy points out, re-wronging, you're wrong, then and provide proof to YouTube that they have filed suit against you in federal court, which is what they would have to do to enforce their DMCA action at that point, then YouTube can now, YouTube actually now has to put your content back up, and they can now, and probably will now, scrub the strike from your record. And also, having instantiated a DMCA strike over a specific matter, they can no longer bring that DMCA strike over that specific matter because they didn't push, they've already, you can't, abuse the system by filing one, and then YouTube takes your content offline, and then you send a rebuttal, and then 11 days later, YouTube puts it back online. They can't send the same one back in, and then YouTube has to take it back online again, or back offline again. Now, that doesn't mean that the system isn't massively abused, because, of course, these giant corporations, Sony Music Entertainment, Universal Music Group, CD Baby and stuff like that, they have all of these distributor accounts, and those distributor accounts also have CMS accounts on YouTube. So if Sony Music strikes you, then you could get a strike from Sony Music, like some seemingly third party, but it's not. Also claimant, who's like, we're the guys who package the CD, and then there's someone else, we ship the CD, and we label the CD, and we're so there's all these different parties who all claim to own the copyright or a portion of the copyright of the same thing, who can all strike you at once, and your entire channel might be taken offline until you clear them all. Or your channel might just be summarily deleted, and there will be no way, even though you can rebut the DMCA, there's massive fucking fallout, and it's an easily abused system that YouTube built to be abused and gave out CMS accounts to big corporate entities like they were candy. And that was all a self-defense mechanism by YouTube, because they knew that as a platform where people could just upload anything at any time, and it wasn't like human reviewed by hand, that at any point, any one of these giant corporations could just decide, we're going to throw $200 million at suing you over the course of the next 3-4 years, and maybe end up shutting down YouTube in perpetuity, maybe end up getting a verdict that makes their whole business model obsolete. So in order to keep them sated and satisfied, and not suing them, at which point the American government would have to, make a decision about copyright and about what works and about public use and all that sort of a thing. And if you get the wrong judge in the wrong mood on the wrong day, justice will be decided by whether or not his stomach is upset because it was a bad pastrami sandwich. And so in order to avoid that potentiality, they just gave them ridiculous amounts of authority over the income of, hundreds of millions of YouTubers across the planet. And someday we may see a very wide class action lawsuit against YouTube because those systems are not DMCA. They are not federal government approved. Those are systems that YouTube operated internally and operates to this day internally. And all of the losses of all of the people who have been for over a decade fucked over by that system. YouTube might ultimately be called to pay everybody out $7 or something like that. Everybody gets $7, but to YouTube it'd be a loss of $6 billion or something. Brief foray into DMCA and copyright as we review these world records. That was another world record in Laser World, apparently, so I say, and it broke the 2-minute barrier. What did it come in at? Because I was standing there talking. 152.97 apparently was the... We could look at some of this stuff too. If we go to the level leaderboard, we go to Laser World, and a no ability, and we turn on obsolete runs, then we can see... I'm going to guess this was my first world record, the world record that we watched just previously, 205.1. And then this was the world record that we were just watching there, 158.6. That was 9 months ago, apparently. And then Wolfie came in and was actually slower with that run by IGT, which is the metric that actually counts here. So that didn't beat my time by 1 frame, though. Difference of 1, maybe 2. That might add up to 2 frames. 1 or 2 frames difference there by IGT. And then Alice showed up with a 146, and Wolfie answered back with a 145, and then Alice holds the world record now with a 142. These are places where I could probably, compete and take world record back. I feel after the experience I've had in any percent, I could do that kind of a thing now. I'm faster overall and got new routing and new methods and things. So if I put some effort into no ability, I could probably get some of these back. But we carry on, and we're approaching the end here. We got 4 more videos to look at. The War for Winter World. So this is going to be this one of the things that involved Wolfie, I'm pretty sure, because the War for Winter World, I recall this being a thing where I took a world record, but then in the time that I was taking the world record, Wolfie had taken set a new world record, and so it was world record when I beat it, but it wasn't on the leaderboards yet, but he'd already gotten it and announced that I got it, so then I took the world record back again, but while I was taking the world record back again, he was running against me. So it was I had this series of world records that I took that never got to see the leaderboards because the unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to because Wolfie and I are pretty cool now, but yeah, there was some shouting in the Discord servers about this kind of stuff. So let's see what this is, because I don't know specifically.
I can't believe I cleared it. I thought I was dead, so I didn't even steer toward the level goal. I swear to God, I've played this game for so long.
When is this going to start?
Not looking at the obstacles, sometimes it just won't register that you hit it. Sometimes you just get more space.
This might be it starting now.
I gotta bear that in mind.
So yeah, in order to start out World 3, for the highest speeds, you have to do this weird mega jump right at the beginning. In fact, let's look at that one more time, because it is something that you won't see me doing in the full game. We come in, and I've got to do a mega jump that is pretty hard to get. It's very specific how you got to hit this truck in order to get this mega jump, to cut this corner off, to start out World 3 in no ability with a 6-6 instead of a 7-something. Then we need this mega jump as well to clear right over here. This saves about 3 and some seconds over the backup method of just running it in. And then 3-3 is just a run out, jump, and fall, but it's very tricky. I still don't feel like I know exactly what I can do on this level to get the best times out of no ability. That was a 9.5, and apparently by my splits, that's pretty okay. This is also a method you won't see me doing in the full game run at this point. So let's go back and look at it, because it's all about how I started out. So I jump over to the right onto this truck. I've just wasted time by just doing a bunny hop to the right. Why the fuck am I doing that? Because now I can fall off him, get more speed, come off the top of him, and now I've got enough speed to make it immediately far enough out that I can connect with that ice pillar, if it's there. And it can be in a position where it's almost impossible to get. But I'm also steering very carefully here to make sure that I'm turning in, which I would probably start right about now, at the right point, so that I need to have like enough of an elbow so I can come in at a harsh angle to get it, because there is RNG to that sliding ice pillar that I'm trying to hit, and I want the most possibility to actually contact it. And I need a nice fast bounce, so that gets me an 11.5 out of 3.4 with that method. Gotta hit 3.5 first try. I did it, you know. Wow. I'm all of 0.2 seconds ahead after all of these incredibly good methods here, so this really was the war for Winterworld. I paused there for a moment so that I can get these trucks into the right position, get the speed up, take it up, get out. I've lost all of my time saved by being 0.2 seconds slower through that level. We need a mega jump here. Clear over this, go straight to goal. 0.3 seconds ahead on that. 3.9. I'm still doing the old method, apparently. But my old method was fast as balls in comparison to everybody else's old method. I was cutting the edges of everything to get that in with an 11.6. Now I got to get lucky, remember? I got to get the right kind of luck for these trucks to be in the right position so I can go up and over and then do that and then cut across here.
There it is. There it is. IGTPB.
First try.
First try. Anything to say? No?
Now, what's interesting is that run may not be as fast as my RTA run that was 8.8 seconds slower than IGT earlier. Oh, this will be a weird fucking YouTube video. So here's the one run that's my fastest RTA, and here's unless this run actually is. Who's ready to find out? Who's ready to flip those splits over and see what it says in RTA? 500 bits from Little Magnets? 10 emotes shared? Who's ready?
Who wants to donate to see what this was?
Ready? Give me some more bits. What do you think I'm waiting for? I'm kidding. Compare against real time. 134.1. It's new PB and RTA for me as well. Oh, average Joe Terry just woke up. Well, let's go.
So that was the run, and I'm wondering why I've got all of this at the end. Do I have 2 runs here? Is this going to be because of the whole Wolfie thing? I ran it again?
Grab some fucking coffee and let's speedrun, motherfucker. We need to look at Wolfie's run. Let's see his run against mine in IGT.
Analyzing.
Ready? Hands off. Boom.
All right, let's watch Wolfie's.
Ability world.
And I will turn this down. Apparently Wolfie was watching AJ while he was running, if this is Wolfie's run, because that's AJ's voice. AJ, did you know you were in here? You should submit a DMCA strike. Okay, so starting with the mega jump. I came out of this with a 6.6. He's out with a 6.5. He's already beaten me. And then through here, getting the mega jump there. That was a nice smooth one. It didn't go over high. It's going straight at the goal. That's nice.
Winterworld is it.
The 3.3. I'm arguing with AJ right now for some reason.
I mean, that's true.
Sounds like AJ. Am I wrong about that? It's AJ, isn't it?
0.1 seconds.
Wait. So his 3.4, remember I did that little hop, which acts as just a means of delaying. He stops right here as a means of delay, and then goes forward. Now, I came out with a... Was it a 0.6?
What do you got here?
11.6? 11.6. I think we're even on that. I don't know.
3.3.
He got a... I think that was faster. No, I don't know.
This is way faster. 3.6. Holy crap. Yep, pulled back 0.2 of a second. I've never come through there that way. I don't know what it is.
What does he do there on the 3.6? It's that little nothing level. It's just getting a nice low fall off and then hitting it right on the top.
3.6. Holy crap.
I'm probably doing that now and don't even recognize it, you know, because it's like I just got faster by running any percent. through here. He got some really good movement through there. That pulls time back even more. He's back on par.
Lying on a truck and then just levitating right over it.
He got the mega jump, and it was a good, like, clean mega jump, too. He's 0.5 seconds ahead in his splits right now. But everybody's method for this was slower than mine at the time, so he's going to lose some time to me here. I mean, it's the same set of jumps. It's just taken less aggressively. Back on par, and this is where I win. Because I come through here with, what, a 12-2 or 12-4 or something? And he's going to have a 13-5. Yep, 1.2 seconds slower. Big difference, actually. Big difference. But I killed my old run. Okay, so that was a world record. The war for Winter World rages on. I routed an entirely new 310 method that saves over a second and beat Wolfie by IGT. Before I could even get it uploaded, he took it back by 6 frames. A few days later, I routed an entirely new 3-4 method and took a whole second off his 6-frame save. That's this video. And now 24 hours later, he's already used my new routing to take it back by 0.7 seconds. Now, I've got new routing in pocket that saves another whole second in this segment. Problem is, the moment I showed on stream, Wolfie's already running it against me. Whatever happened to run courtesy, etc., and so on. So yeah, that was the war for Winter World, and that was where a bit of a wedge developed between Wolfie and I. Because, I mean, look at that description, you know? I beat him by a second, and then before I could upload it, he beat that, and then a few days later, I route a whole new method and beat that, and then he uses my method to beat that before I can... It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, yeah, you use the method that I came up with. Give me, like, enough time to put it on the leaderboards. Just courtesy. Sport is good sportsmanship. See, I shouldn't... I'm already like, now it's dredging everything back up. God damn, Wolfie. I'm going to ban him again. Just kidding. Oh, Baffle 1. Join while I was talking about the DMCA, huh? Every time. Did that blang, Little Magnets? Did I respond to that? Did I see that with the 250 bits? How long has it been since no one's talked? That's the thing. That's what gets me. Sometimes I'm like, wait a second. So this is apparently sci-fi again. Wow, my world records are... They're grouping on steampunk, sci-fi, laser so far. I think we got one winter and one hell that we've watched. But this is the last before the last, second to last run that I've got here. And the last one's going to be steampunk again. So yeah, steampunk, apparently my best level. But I have no idea what this is going to be. Sci-Fi World, 6 hours too late. Again. Again with the Wolfie shit. That was a bad time. Need to start doing more streams to set more world records. You think so? I don't know. That sounds like work or effort. Work and or effort. So this was world record when I got it. But, again, you know, it was a situation where, if I recall correctly, Wolfie had, let's see, so I had to restart from here or something? It looks like I had to restart from here. I had started running this and rerouting it and grinding down times, like the day before I got this run, and Wolfie had started running, was watching my stream and running along with me and you know, doing my methods that I was developing on the day. And so before I could finish using my new methods to get this, Wolfie had already, you know, posted, not claimed it on the leaderboards. It hadn't been submitted, but it already posted it to the Discord servers. And then there was a big fucking argument because, like, they were angry that I said, you know, that this was a world record in the VOD clip that I made before I had even looked at the Discord server. And it's like, but it is the world record. Your run is not verified in the first place. And secondly, why the fuck is it that I can't get a goddamn run in without you taking what I'm doing and submitting it? You know, it was not good. Let's go. With a good, like, clear time. So let's see what this is. Sub 19, and we're immediately 7-1. This shouldn't be a new change or anything because we've already seen a sci-fi world record today that I put in, and I used this straight to, you know, goal method. That's a 13-3 to start, but do I get a good 7-2? I could. That's the right movement. It didn't look very fast, but it could be a low 11, high 10.
which has been killing me lately. So
11-0. 11-0. That's better than average. That is better than average. Hard to get an 11-0. In any percent, you can't get that just by jumping out and leving.
So I'm late for him. Oh, Andy hit the wall.
A little late. He slowed me down by grinding there on the fall, but man, I picked all that speed right back up just by hitting all those trucks in exactly the right way. Managed to pull it back so that we only lose a tenth of a second by the splitter there. But yeah, taking that bounce from the rocket at the beginning of this level immediately like loses me a second or something. It loses me time that I could have had otherwise.
I mean, it's a bunch of time loss, though.
7.5. Looks like I'm doing the mega jump that I still do now for like safety and stuff.
Oh, Jesus.
At this point in time,
I'm damn sure that missile hit me dead in the face.
did we have the straight run method?
That's just, I'm starting to develop.
Nope, I'm waiting.
To it, you know?
I'm waiting.
At this point, I've run the level so many times.
So this is pre-Emily or Alice.
Big deal.
Um,
God, did you see that?
showing us the method where you don't have to stop.
Off of you, all the way out to this guy. Pop, pop, popcorn.
And then we're just climbing this. Pretty standard. I'm cycle locked. I had started doing this. I've stopped doing it. It doesn't seem to actually put any more time in. I thought if I was taking extra speed, it would help me get there faster. I never saw any evidence that it actually did, and it's a little bit more complicated in the timing. You got to be really familiar with it. That's a 24-6 out of there. Is Emily Alice now? Yeah, I believe it's been Spittle, Emily, Alice. They're all the same. Spittle is Emily and Alice, right? Pretty sure. And here I also haven't stopped, you know, using the spacebar. I still use it when I come in for the goal, because you're falling. You need to basically put your parachute out to hit it, but I wasn't coming off the spacebar early. Looks like we're perfectly even with my previous run at this point by the splits. And again, very cycle locked in World 7 in no ability percent. So we just have to wait. Both of these trucks might as well watch the pretty explosions behind us as we do. And then where this is going to count is getting up here and making sure that we get a good mega jump off of the front truck as early as we can. So again, it's going to be when the two trucks ahead of us come in toward that. I need to go now. That's too long. I waited too long, and then I missed it. How the hell am I possibly going to come in with a world record off of missing that? That's 1.3 seconds time lost just in my own splits, and I need to beat somebody else's splits. And I didn't get that. I did not get the pause boost. The pause bounce there. I forgot that we have a pause bounce there, and that I actually got good at it at one point.
Yes, we got it. We fucking got it. Now
It's like we got a decent time coming out of here for an 18, so that's where I pulled it back. Because 7.9 is just a bullshit RNG level and no ability. There's very little you can do if it doesn't agree with you. So I must get a really good clear here of the all skill no luck version. Yeah. 14.1 instead of like 15.2 or something.
So much of me. It took so much, but it gave a little bit back. It gave 1.7 seconds back. Oh, we got it. Double golds to close the run. Ah, there's the IGT world record. And there's yet more time to save. No, don't talk about that point.
So there's the sci-fi world record, and apparently the last world record that I put in to Clustertruck is going to be this one, and it's going to be back in steampunk, which is the world that I've world recorded the most. 3 that we've watched today, 3 of these 11 are in steampunk. So this is world record. This is a world record run of World 8 that is also not the world record for reasons. Reasons, Wolfie, enough said. Gee, I don't know why it was that I stopped, like, really grinding out for the world records at this point, seeing as, let's see, there were 2 runs of Winter World, 3 runs of Winter World that I couldn't get the fucking world record on the boards before it had been taken using my own methods, and then sci-fi, and then this one. I wonder why it is. You know, it's almost as though that kind of poor sportsmanship is discouraging of other runs. Stop it, Paul. Why you gotta bring it up? Start again. And let's see what this is. Ooh, I'm wearing my turtleneck.
For a sub 16 off of that.
My sexy man turtleneck.
Yeah. Again, if I could only, like, convey to you how
I
impressive
do like
it
to
is
do
that I didn't die
some
after
slow
the
motions and the stuff there, but apparently we've begun the world record run now. So we're just waiting until we get the bounce and then go. There is a mega jump that you can do from back there. It's very difficult, and I didn't want to be bothered to learn it. I think I knew about it at this time, and I was like, I don't really want to. I'll just do better across every other level and still get the world record. So we drop here, come up to here. Oh, this is the new method that I have had incredible difficulties trying to pull off. I gotta lean into you, do like that, and if I don't hit the world, if I don't have enough, I can go on the outside there. Show me that whole movement again, because this is gonna help me in my full game attempts. So we get the throw. We want to land the back truck, pop to this guy, keep a bit of speed, out, another little hop, and then we go dig into that left one, and if we don't have it, we can go on the outside and under and still hit it. Got it. I still won't be able to do it. Looks pretty damn tricky. Ooh, I've got good speed. Oh, we're going to see it. This is the ideal. Boom, you keep all the speed and can go straight to goal for a 12.8. No ability. Not easy. And you got to get a little bit lucky. With, I mean, it's 8-4, you still got to get a lot lucky, in fact. And I'm setting up there, then I get the speed, and still just barely hit it without getting killed. 8-6. I'll bet anything that I don't actually skip the last truck here. I've never been a huge fan of doing it.
Run, jump. Run, jump.
I did it.
In.
I did it.
The 15,
Okay.
7, now 8-7.
Ugh. It's nasty. It's real easy to mess up. It's real easy to not get the speed that you need to cross that gap. Pop. Pop. No, you're not going to pop? No, you're not, because, yeah, it doesn't look good. Well, we got lots of time. Land these guys.
Good.
And then go to goal. 2.5 seconds ahead of whatever it was that I had before. So far, like, all of these methods have come in damn well, and they are some of the fastest methods. One thing that I, like, don't have here is the mega jump in 8-1, because I just don't like to do it. It's a grind. I think I ever learned it to a consistent point. And go now. Losing a little time there, 8-9. How's this gonna go? Ooh, I didn't slow down at all. I didn't even do the little pause there, which makes it a little bit riskier to, like, get the trucks in a decent sequence. And I go straight to goal. Boom. For the 3-7. That's fucking risky as well. You know, bear in mind we're 2 minutes into this segment, and I just took that risk. I think I need to for the world record, basically, while I'm running this. I need this too. Stop. Hit it. Come on. Come on.
Final trick.
Didn't work.
Didn't get it.
But
Made it work.
I can pull it back. It's not as fast as if it would have come in correctly, but I think it's still faster than the regular method for a 25.2.
World record. World record.
Yep.
We beat it. By half a second, we beat the world record. Even losing the time on 8:10 by half a second, that is world record in IGT. Over the world record that exists today on the leaderboards as of now. Well, if he has informed me, he already has a new PB, his third world record in this segment in a row. He world recorded his world record, and then he world recorded it again on top of it. And I don't know what that is, but for right here, for right now, what's on the PB that I can load up and see, that's world record. Okay? Are we all clear this time? Good.
It's getting a little bit frustrated. But yeah, that's it. That's all of them. We have watched every world record that I've set in Clustertruck. And then, of course, there's the 4 world records that I've set in Kerbal Space Program, which feel a little bit more secure, not because you couldn't beat them. They're very fucking beatable. I can go back and beat them very easily. But mainly because nobody's really competing in these. If I go to Roninpawn, go to my profile, nobody's really competing here. You know, it's just it's just no competition, so I win by default. There was a little competition though for Tech Tree Science, right? Yeah, Tech Tree Science mode, which got us to drive it down to a 46-minute time, to a sub-hour. I was over an hour in that category. Graybeard Gaming came in, answered back with like a better, I was 112, I think he came in with 104, 105, something like that, and it was like, all right, now I got a reason to run the world record again, and drove it down to 46 minutes, 57 seconds. I could do that in sub 40. But, you know, somebody'd have to, like, give me a reason to try. And also, they'd have to not push it so far down that I'm like, oh god, that's going to be too hard to beat. Give yourself a kiss. Am I still on screen somewhere? Is there... Come here, baby. Come here. He's too far. I can't. He's way up there. It's just too big for me. I'm sorry. Just too damn big. But, yeah, don't think that I've forgotten about Kerbal Space Program either. I would like to go back, and probably when we do go back to Kerbal Space Program and start adding that back into the runs. I've just been running No Ability Clustertruck when we do these live streams lately. But when we do go back, I think I probably will do all-round trips science mode to warm myself up, because that all-round trip science mode is the same run as the 100% science mode below it. The moderator... I hate it when I can't remember it. I've given myself every chance to remember the name. Electro Llama. The moderator... Yeah, Electro Llama. Moderator Electromoderator retimed my run because it also qualifies for that category to abide its standards and, put it into that slot. Nobody else had run that category yet, so I got an extra world record for free there. But all-round trips means I don't have to concern myself with science after I've built the ship. Don't have to be collecting any science as we go. Don't have to be planting any flags. Just need to touch the ship down and then... float back off, so we can save a fair bit of time, and it will help me gear up. So I'll go back and I'll run that in order to remember my methods and get back into the pattern and set a new world record, a better world record in all-round trips that will hopefully help prepare me for coming to 100% career mode in KSP. Because that's something we haven't even tried yet. Do you plan on doing Super Mario 64 randomizer runs anytime soon? I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed running that game. I'm not any good at it. I wasn't particularly good at it, but I enjoyed running that. And, I like the randomness of it. My time is that ranking that I hold on those leaderboards is the one that I get the most notifications on speedrun.com about. Constantly being notified. Somebody beat your run. Somebody beat your run. Somebody beat your... Yeah, because it's not that good of a run. At 1 hour, 35 minutes randomizer. I would like to do that. I'd like to do that. It's light fare. I'm not skilled enough to compete in the top probably 20 even. Possibly not even the top 30. I don't know. But, I can get better and probably be able to compete in the top 30. The top like above 20. Probably not the top 20, but probably the top 30, that kind of thing. Just need to do another scream that's heard around the world. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening here, fellows? Skellyoptify? We're just really just kind of sitting around doing nothing. Because we just watched all of my world records in Clustertruck. 11 of them. And the latest that we just watched, March 10th, 2020, and then... I started running any percent. I ran any percent for 4 months in order to get the times that I had, number one on, the any percent main leaderboard, which by IGT is 5th. I managed to get up to 5th in any percent. But also, I went through a lot of these, Desert World. I went through a lot of the segments. I don't have any world records in the segments here, but in any percent by IGT, I actually had, I think this was 3rd. I believe this was 3rd, and then just a week ago, TF and AJ beat my 3rd place rank. But that was 3rd. Let's see, Forest. I think I did an any percent Forest, right? Yeah. In-game time. 2nd. I got 2nd in Forest? Shit, boy, I didn't realize. Let's watch that too. Fuck it. These are recent. Oh, it's the Fuckle King Epic Man. It's the Fuckle King Epic Man. All right, you shut up. World 2 now for World 2. Shut up. Do we have... This is going to be a long one that's got a bunch of things in it. I decided to do a 20-minute episode showing like the build-up to the final run that was the one that got there. The one where I managed to pull in the methods that I was going for. But let's watch this from the beginning save 1 second of the best run. I don't know what AJ's time is. It could be a little bit faster than there, but 1 second gets us 3rd at least. This is close. Okay, so when's it gonna start? All right, this should be the start of it, I suppose. So we're coming in here, and boom, look at that shot. This is actually not as fast as it could be, but it's sub 6, so it's okay. And it's followed by a very good throw direct to goal on 2-2. Into 2-3, what was I doing here? Same thing as I usually do, right? Just get some speed and go to goal, and yeah, nothing particularly special going on there. 2-4 has something special. I go out to the left, bunch of speed, lev, drop a truck, keeps me going fast, go straight to goal, 8.4. Faster than most of the PTBs that you can get, or the PPTBs, and very consistent on the outside, so I like it. 10-8, wait a second, let me watch this again, this 2-4, or this 2-5. We come to 2-5, and I'm just trying to get some speed, but not too much, because I want to come down. I'm already thinking about 2-7. Before the log there. And then here we want to dip in. Finally dipped in correctly. Rarely get that. We get to this guy. Straight to goal and lev in for a sub 8. That's 7.7. And I got that. To the left. Oh.
I fucking had it.
We weren't watching the actual run. Shit. That was really good. I was damn on, and I had it. That was a really quick setup for that. That would have been ideal. Jesus. All right, this has got to be the real one then. Okay, I'm just checking on my.
Hit me! What the fuck? Fuck you!
2-2. Doing it to me. Alright. Boom. Now that's the hit you want to start on. Look at that. 5.6 to start.
And then look at the, there we go.
That's where you want to be getting. Just straight in, followed by a 5.2, 0.4 seconds ahead in the splits immediately. That kind of slowed me down. That really slowed me down. 9.0. Not great. Not great. Sub 9 ain't that hard when you're running for segments anyway. And I got a little bit slowed down by there. It's still faster than the PB that I'm running against there. So it's still good, but it could have been an 8.4, 8.3. We're going to go under, I remember. Drop a truck here, go straight in for 10.4. Gotta get up. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. Yep. And that just eats time from me. That's just loss of almost a full second. But
might have done.
This went straight in with the 6-1. That's an incredibly difficult PTB to get off that back wall. Very hard to pull in. And then here I'm just looking for these ghost hops to give me good speed. A little bit of lev there to come down on that one as it hits the rock. A little bit RNG to that method, but it works out pretty well. That we came out of with an 11.3. And through here, just want standard movement. I did do a wall run on that instead of landing on the top, which is different than usual.
That's straight in. Ugh.
Run faster, jump
Holy shit! No way! No way! That can't be right! There's no fucking way! 125.8? Live split broke!
That's my second place IGT run in Forest World. Damn, that wasn't long ago though, but God, it's surprising like how quickly you forget, you know? The idea of, so right now, there's some talk going around about doing a race that's like actually a, you know, branched tiered competition over the course of several days kind of thing. The idea of going from like no ability to any percent, like it just sounds like, God, that hurts just to listen to it. Like if I started on no ability and then did any, okay, but any and then the no ability, trying to like just hold both of those runs and all of their little tweaks and minutia and things that you can get away with to try and go the fastest in your head simultaneously. Ugh. What are the odds? Nugget is the best. Hello. This reminds me of Demon Knights tripping in TF2. I'm sorry? I don't know what you're talking about. What else do we hit? So what levels of this? I've done a Winter World any percent, right? Can't be that good if I've got it, right? So any percent, Winter World, IGT, 5th place. Ugh. What else? What else we got? Laser World. These are the worlds that I ran hard and fast. And what do I got there? I got 3rd in Laser World. You see the worlds that people don't even fucking run, by the way. Medieval. This is in any, right? Yeah, this is in any percent. Medieval World. I know I ran that one. In-game time. 4th with a 122. Look at the gaps between these ranks, man. Look at how hard Medieval World is. Ick. Ancient World. Did I submit? Sure, what's my IGT? 3rd rank in Ancient. I like Ancient in any percent, too. I find it very satisfying. Didn't submit Sci-Fi. I think we ran Sci-Fi and grinded it for a while, and I just didn't like the run that I had by the end of it, and so I just didn't submit it. Wasn't happy with it. Figured I'd come back to it. Steampunk? Did we do Steampunk? I didn't do Steampunk? You kidding me? The god of fucking Steampunk world records, Roninpawn, and no ability percent, didn't do and submit Steam. I think that was the one, actually. That was the one that we ran hard, and I wasn't satisfied with my run yet. Didn't feel like I'd hit the bottom of it, but knew that it was going to be painful to do. Very frustrating to get to the bottom of what I could get, and so I never submitted it. Hell, in any percent, never submitted for Hell either. We broke off of this. I was doing this loop through the segments in any percent in order to get better at any percent, figure out the methods, and then at a certain point, I started doing KSP again, and then we started speedrunning KSP, just kind of got distracted, and then came back, ran, the full game in any percent, and, got that 5th place, and since the gap between 5th and 4th is over a minute, is a minute and 20 seconds difference, decided maybe I go back to no ability and take that 2nd place that I know I can get. TF2, there's a class called Demo Man. I was going to say Demon Man? Demo Man. If they equip a certain weapon and they can do this charge sprint off ramps and get insane amounts of speed and move across the map insanely fast. So they've got lev boosting, hover jump, fall off run things. Our terminology in Clustertruck is very loose around some things, just like the general movement and stuff. Run off jump, is that what we're calling it? Fall off jump. So you run off the edge of it and then you jump before you hit the ground and you get more speed and you stay lower. Do we call it a runoff? Do we call it a what do we call? What is the difference between no ability and no utility? No utility. Pretty much all of the runners use levitate. So they have the ability to, they can't throw a truck down like in an any percent run. So they can't turn around, throw a truck against a wall and get rocketed to the end of the level. They can't throw a truck down as they're falling on it and jump up, which is what we do in any percent. But they can click the left mouse button and levitate as they're going, keep most of their speed and levitate without having to touch down on another truck. So no utility is the idea that you can't use any ability in the game that comes from the utility category, which for all the top runners means they use levitate and they don't have the portable truck that we use in any percent. No ability is you got nothing. You don't have a portable truck in your pocket, you can't levitate, you don't have a rocket pack, you can't double jump, none of that stuff. It's just pure movement in the game. And I will, before we're done, we will take that 2nd rank. We know we can take the 2nd rank, and as fast as I have been running at various times while we've been running recently in Clustertruck, I'm more and more convinced that that I could compete for world record, that I could be close, that I might be able to take world record. It's incredibly low. It's incredibly low. But we've been on runs where I was a minute and a half faster than this. So 21:40 and then 21:11. So if I'm running at 21:11, then I'd need to take off just under another minute. I'd need another 50-some seconds in order to get down to world record. It's a lot. It's a lot to ask. But I think it's just going to come down to basically going deathless through the entire game, which we've been doing very well with. Feels like to me, once I get into Winter World, maybe the other side of Winterworld. Like, there's a certain point at which it just kicks in, and it's like, we're probably not going to take a death for the next several worlds. Desert and forest, and even Winterworld to an extent, are more dangerous in the game. You want to play the game? Maybe we'll play some of the game. Maybe we'll turn it on, we'll actually play some of the goddamn game. So yeah, you open that up, and give me my input overlay, and give me live split. Who was I saying? Worlds 1 and 2 and 3 to an extent are dangerous and easy to die on. Not really Winterworld, but they're dangerous and easy to die on exclusively because they're at the beginning of the game. Because they're at the beginning of the game, it's not a big loss if you have to reset. And since it's not a big loss if you have to reset, it's kind of worth going for. Things that are harder to do, that are lower percentage. And so you take a lot of deaths there because you're trying to get early good times that maybe you're taking some more risks for. You're putting a little bit more pressure on yourself, If Desert World were the 7th world in the game, there's just movement that I probably wouldn't go for there. I probably never would have gotten as good as I am at it because it's too late in the game kind of thing. Speedrun any other games? Yeah. Clustertruck, Kerbal Space Program, and we've got Super Mario 64 randomizer time up. What's going on actually right now? If I go over to my abilities, do I have something turned on? I do. So let's turn both of those off. Let's turn grappling hook on. And then this is just how you set up for a run. I don't know if I'm going to go for a full run, but I feel like playing a little bit. Maybe we take a break, come back, and I will start, I'll do some runs. Just for funs. So we'll come in here, hello Satan. I'll turn the timer on, and then we'll go back out to the main menu, turn this off. If you're a high-ranking competing runner and no ability percent, you do these things because now what we'll have, in fact I'll load into one too, is we got this little spinning, rotating dot in the middle. That's kind of a bug in Clustertruck. That's the overlay for the grappling hook. I've turned the grappling hook off, which is observable by the fact when I look at something that I should be able to grapple to, it doesn't change. But now that that's up there and it's on, it will constantly rotate, which allows moderation to be able to look at it and verify that there's been no splicing in no ability percent, that the run wasn't cut at any point, because it rotates at a consistent rate. So if there were a question about a run, you could look at those dots and say, they need to be here, and they're not, that's a splice. So if you're a top competing runner, then that's what you do in no ability percent these days. But yeah, I'll just get a little bit warm here. Super Mario 64 randomizer, huh? Yeah, I really enjoyed playing it too. I got one of those really cheap USB SM64 styled controllers off of eBay, or not eBay, off of Amazon, and completely wore it out doing a number of different things. We also did, I learned how to do the stairwell BLJ to start out the game for 1 star, for the 1 star speedrun of Mario. I did the 1 star speedrun of SM64. Which involves the BLJ from under the stairwell, and it also involves the SBLJ, the staircase BLJ, from the basement. And that took me 26 hours across 4 or 5 streams, I think. What happened? Am I in the wrong splits file or something? Cancel, because I didn't just gold twice. No, it fired the split at the wrong time, right? Yeah, it fired the first split twice. Yep. So the splitter, it sometimes does that when you first open it up. I might have to close it and start it back up. Let's do it again and see if it splits, if it double splits 1-1. This is the built-in splitter, it's not mine. Yeah, it just sometimes does that. You have to clear it out once. What are they saying? Something about liking SM64 in the run, and I did the 1 star run. And yeah, 26 hours, I believe, is what it took me across 4 or 5 live streams in order to get the 2 BLJs that were required to make that happen. The SBLJ is ridiculously hard. Until you've spent hours grinding it to figure out what it is that you're not seeing, what it is that the pixels, the this and that. You just don't know. You just don't know what it is you're not doing. And then being able to spam the jump button at a speed appropriate to make it actually happen is not something that came naturally to me. And also something that I didn't want to have to change my grip on the controller for, so, Joined a little late. What did I miss? Well, we watched through... Hello, Saras. We watched through my world records in Clustertruck. 11 of them I found out today. I just looked back. I didn't even know. I didn't have a count of them. And I made a playlist on YouTube that's just got all of my world records in Clustertruck out of it. So we watched them all back. Just a little trip down memory lane. Fun watching. It also reminded me of some of the things that, you know, I do in no ability percent, and maybe they'll be helpful. Probably not. I'll probably continue to forget, like this, that I just forgot that I want to be doing that way. You. Oh, okay. Sure. Into 1-9. Let's see what kind of RNG we get for trying to climb up here. Ooh, we got great RNG. Oh, no, we didn't. No, we didn't. It looked like it was going to be good RNG. And then it definitely wasn't. Still, I think I made pretty good of really bad RNG there just to get through it alive. To you, and out. And into 2-1. To you. Here. We'll pop up here. We'll pause here for a moment. And then go forward. Round the corner. Yes, very good. 13-5 on 2-1. 2-2. This isn't how I want to be doing this. But it is how I've done it. No! Oh, damn it. Alright, we'll do it right then. So from here, you want to come down to here, take the jump off of this one, come across like that, and then you can come straight up to the front trucks. Yeah. I can't get myself to stop doing the old methods. Try to world record maps on Surf. See ya in Counter-Strike? I'd like to speedrun Yoshi's Island for the SNES. I'd like to have some older... I'd like to have any consoles. I don't have any console systems at all, but I'd like to have... I'd like to have a Switch, too. Switch would be nice to have. You know... Very interested... been very interested in... Still interested in playing Super Mario Maker and, Tetris 99, and Breath of the Wild. You know, these are all things that were big that I watched on YouTube and that I, you know, enjoyed watching and never really lost my interest in full. But I'm just not willing to try and justify the, you know, $500 for a tablet handheld console that came out when it came out. That the price should have dropped on if it weren't Nintendo, but that has not and will never actually drop the price. Wow! I managed to stay alive, and under those circumstances, that's pretty impressive. Some speed, down to you. One more, and then a nice pop out. Very slow. Plus a reset that I shouldn't need to take, but I keep forgetting what I want to do there. Alright, pop, pop. Good. Bad. Bad 1-9. Clustertruck on Switch. Yes, Clustertruck is on Switch. Isn't it? I don't think I have much interest in that. Be interesting. That would be an obvious subscriber goal. If we get enough subscriptions, I will put myself through the hell that will be playing Clustertruck with a controller as opposed to a mouse and keyboard. I don't think that I have any genuine desire to do so, but be something that, for the right amount of money, I'd allow you to torture me into doing. Pop, pop. Okay, I gotta be better about 1-2. There's a certain length of jump that I'm not doing. I'm not holding the jump the way that I need to more guarantee that I come through there. I can get a Switch Lite around $250. The problem with that is it's a Switch Lite. Which I would be fine with if I weren't a live streamer, but if I'm going to have a Switch, you know, a big part of it is to use it on the streams, and the Switch Lite doesn't have an HDMI out, so it's like, it would be exclusively for me to play, and no. If I'm gonna have another gaming console, then it needs to be one that I can bring to the live streams that we can play together. Remembered at the last second to do it. Uh-oh. Nope, we're still fine. Just gotta pop him and go out. Still sub 8. It's fine, I guess. 1-9. Pop. Pop. Very bad. Just bad RNG on 1-9. The truck that I, tried to land on around the corner that I didn't know was there and just hoped was, didn't have a fucking head to it. Didn't have a truck on the front. It didn't have wheels and an engine and whatnot. So, yeah. Ah, damn it. If I would have hit that in just the right way, I could have jumped off of the ass end of that truck that was... It was showing me something, It was definitely... Damn it, I'm still not doing 1-2 the way that I know I need to. Pay attention. With the Switch, you would need to also buy a capture card to add to your computer or line in with the HDMI, and that's an extra couple of... I've got that equipment. I've got a capture card. OBS doesn't support it, because it's not an Elgato, which is really fucked up, that OBS basically just supports Elgatos, but, I do have that, and I could set it up. I know how to make it work and how to get it, and, I can make it so that OBS captures it even though it doesn't support it directly and that kind of thing. So I'm covered there. It's just, it's not worth the money. It's definitely not worth the money. At $500. If they ever drop the price, then okay. And they probably won't, and what I'm thinking is, then maybe I'll just, emulate the Switch. I mean, that's the thing, is that, like, that level of piracy, I feel, is absolutely justified. And I'm not above pirating stuff in the first place, but, when you've got an industry that uses, an industry and a creator that tries to, maintain, they've got a monopoly, they create their own fucking market space and then artificially keep their prices high, while the rest of the industry, at least pretends to compete a little bit. I don't feel bad about emulating Nintendo, is what I'm saying. A little bit of reasonable consumer protest to what are just bad practices that should not be catered to, 2-2, do it right, come all the way out to this guy, then land this guy, right cut across, jump, to a front truck, please turn. You made it under, but barely. That was horrible. That was just really bad RNG. Nothing I could do about it, really. Yeah, baby. You like that? Like how I abused that situation to get a direct to goal there? Uh-oh. Not good. Pull it back. Bring it in. 10-0. And a 2-5. Uh-oh. That truck doesn't usually do that. Okay. Just hold on to it and take it to goal pawn. Woo! Now, 2-6. You're not going to go for it. See? No, you tried to go. Don't go for it, I said. You're not going to. There we go. We're out in a 9-5. 2-7. Got some speed. This is gonna be hard. I need you to nose up so I can make it, so I can take it out. 2-8. Damn it. Ooh, but I split them. And I got to keep some of the speed. I'm gonna go for it! Yes, sir, for a 12-7. 2-9, pop, pop. Low. To here. I'm gonna go for this one. What the hell? What the hell? Shit. That was good, though. That was really good for me to come in with that kind of speed. That would have been IL gold in no ability if I would have pulled it off. And go for it again. Come on! Fuck you! Fuck you! That I wasn't in there. If I would have gone a little bit more to the left, I might have gotten the extra pixel that I needed to hit the goal plane. I would speedrun Clustertruck, but I'm stuck in World 4. That will block you out a little bit. It doesn't really, though, because, speedrunning the full game is one thing, but you could speedrun the segments. You speedrun the segments if you've been through Worlds 1, 2, 3, 4, and you actually, think it would be fun to try speedrunning it. Speedrun just Desert World. See what you can get out of there. But, don't bother worrying about speedrunning nothing. Just play the game and enjoy the game. Rai 1010? Oh, fuck you, Ben. Jesus Christ, have I not... How long... Hi. How you doing? Jesus, Rai, old school. I'm just... Rai, you gonna stick around? You gonna stick around? Because I was just gonna go to a live stream break, come back, we'll sit here, we'll run some Clustertruck. It's kind of a lazy live stream kind of a day. We watched all those world record videos, and I could run a little bit. Just it's chill is what it is, I've been taking some time away, man. A lot of shit went on. Yeah, I'll stick around for a bit. It's 4 a.m. though. Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? I mean, it's 11 p.m. here, but yeah, that's how maths and time zone works. It's a chill stream. Cool. If you're going to be around when I get back, then we're going to take that live stream break, because I could use to pee and grab another beer and etc. and so on. I need to refuel so that I can pee again in an hour or so. But stick with me. And you shouldn't be peeing every hour. If you're peeing every single hour, see a doctor. Stick with me across this 7-minute break. We will not be back in 7 minutes. Pawn. What's that called when you pawn double negatively not out is int with.
I had a system, a particular way that I put it all out there. With thoughts and words and pen and paper melodies. Was on a mission, a continuous wave of inspiration. With thoughts and words and pen and paper melodies. Such a breeze. But now I wonder what to sing, 'cause I can't think of anything. The time ticks away, blinded by an empty page. We don't fight, we don't break up. I'm kinda coming up empty. How do you write a song when you're happy? I'm not lonely, I'm just fine. I'm not insecure this time. I'm not angry or malign. I can't fake the calm inside. But now I wonder what to sing, 'cause I can't think of anything. My old cuts are bled. Is there anything left unsaid? There's no pain, there's no conflict. I'm kinda drawing a blank here. There's no drama, there's no sideshow, and I'm all out of ammo. We don't fight, we don't break up. I'm kinda coming up empty. How do you write a song when you're happy? I had a system, a particular way that I put it all out there. When inhibitions strip away, is there anything left? There's no pain, there's no conflict. I'm kinda drawing a blank here. There's no drama, there's no sideshow, and I'm all out of ammo. We don't fight, we don't break up. I'm kinda coming up empty. How do you write a song when you're happy? How do you write a song when you're happy? How do
Hello, I am the Roninpawn, and welcome back to a twitch.tv/Roninpawn live stream on twitch.tv/Roninpawn. And welcome, Rai1010, back to the full. Why didn't you? Supposed to. It didn't, and I didn't, because I was. Welcome back, and hi, Rai. Damn, it's been a while, son. From a friend that they've optimized a bit better. What did we optimize for? What are you guys talking about? Wii U emulator runs Breath of the Wild pretty well from what I know. Yeah, and my lights are flickering. They do that occasionally. Notice that they haven't done it for like weeks, and now they've started back up again. That's how that works. I have no fucking clue. No fucking clue what's going on there. But, you know, the title of this live stream notwithstanding, we have already done that bit. We've already looked at all of the old world records, taken a stroll down memory lane, because I wanted to. Made a playlist on YouTube and wanted to, so we did. And now, you know, I'm just running a little bit, seeing what we can get out of knowability, casually, very laid back. You know, I'm not pushing on anything, just doing it and chatting and having a chill speedrunning live streaming speedrun live stream. I used CMU a few years back to run Breath of the Wild. Played Breath of the Wild like 14 frames per second, but it's much better now. They say it's optimized at least a bit better. And, you know, that will definitely come down to your computer, because I know that they were talking about you could, when you run Breath of the Wild through an emulator, you know, you can adjust the settings and the graphics and actually play it better than it looks on the official Nintendo release. That, you know, I don't want to. I've considered buying a Wii U, you know, picking up a refurbished Wii U, and then we'd have one in the house. We could get those games, and I could hook that up and, you know, actually be able to play Wii U games on the live streaming and stuff. So that at this point seems more of a viable option than buying the Switch, because the Switch just doesn't descend in price no matter how many years it's out, because that's just how Nintendo runs their business, and then people emulate their software and run it anyway, and then they're like, you can't do that, and we're like, well then drop your fucking prices though you compete in a marketplace, as though capitalism exists. No, we don't have to, because we've got, you know, fucking, you know, we've got our unique titles and our unique platform, and it's the uniqueness, and so we don't have to compete with anybody else. It's like, well fine then, you're going to have a pirate market that competes with you, and that would be the reason why you'd have to drop your prices. I know you don't think of it that way, because you're not used to having to compete in a marketplace, but now there's a marketplace. And so, like, there's a lot of us who are just gonna go, I'm not gonna pay $500 for a fucking tablet gaming console that's been out for all of these years, just so that I can have the privilege of paying $70 for each title that I want to play, so that I can have the privilege of paying $10, $12 a month, so that I can have the online account that'll allow me to play Super Mario Maker and Tetris 99 and stuff like that. Like, no. You know, that's an investment. You're talking about $700 worth of investment just to start playing games on your platform, and it's a fucking tablet. It's a cool tablet. I'd love to play it. I'd just drop the price a little bit, and I can. But the problem is they came out with the fucking Switch Lite. And now the Switch Lite price would have to drop in order to make room for the Switch to drop. And how do you do that? And it's like, well, we can't. Well, I'm not going to buy a Switch that doesn't have an HDMI out, because of my particular situation being a live streamer, for $500 fucking dollars. I'm not going to buy a Switch Lite because it doesn't have the HDMI out, for whatever that price is. So, looks like you got this slight problem of the piracy market being your competition. Maybe you need to think about that before you know, develop and release your shit and price it the way that you price it. It'd almost be as though the markets responded to the the markets regulating themselves. This is the markets regulating themselves. Nintendo maintaining a ridiculously high price on their platform after it being out for years and years and years. Despite the fact that now they've got people like emulating it and stuff. So what do? We'll try and crack down and arrest people or something. Like, what are you gonna do? What you should do is respond to the market, and the marketplace is telling you, we don't want to pay that, and so we're willing to just hack you out of the business if you won't, you know, give us a price that we're willing to pay. Well, we're not going to give you the right. Well, then you don't have a right to complain about the piracy issue, then, do you? You know, if you had a reasonable price on your shit, then fair enough. But you don't, so not fair enough. Switch Lite is basically what the 2DS was to the 3DS line. Just a scam. Right? I don't really know about, but I agree. I never had a 3DS. Or Hacking both my Wii U and Switch has made them more appealing to me. I agree with what you said a little while ago about not paying Nintendo for its games hardware. Says me with my last 7 gens of Nintendo hardware. It's, you know. It's laissez-faire bourgeoisie, free market capitalism at work. If there's a loophole to exploit, then we will exploit it, and we won't actually participate with the markets the way that everybody's like, let the markets regulate themselves! Well, let me look out the window. Let's see. So, I can't see the sun through the clouds of carbon monoxide. Can't drink that water. 1, because it's toxic, but 2, because even after it's been processed, Pepsi Cola actually owns that water. I know it looks like a lake, but they own that lake. I don't seem to see... Hang on, let me just check. Comcast, hi. Do you have any competitors that I could get internet through at all? No? Huh. So the free markets with the whole regulating themselves. And by the way, Comcast, how much does just basic internet cost me every month now? $90. Just for basic internet to enable a live stream at 6 megs per second up. Wow, $90. Boy, that sounds like the markets are regulating themselves. Prices are being driven down, technology moving forward. Oh wait, no, the opposite. The opposite. Yeah, no, this laissez-faire bourgeoisie, we don't need to regulate anything capitalism. That's really working, isn't it? I mean, so long as you don't look at it and just listen to the talking heads on Fox News, it works great. I got some food. I got a chicken sandwich with some chips. Oh, man, when we first started this live stream, I turned the live stream on, started trying to commentate and watch my videos, and Lady Pawn was in the kitchen making definitely a grilled cheese sandwich, or something with a lot of cheese on it that was buttery and bread and all that. She was making some good smelling stuff. Here we are 3 hours later. Almost 3 hours later. Ooh, I got through. I wasn't even looking. What are the odds on that? Really good RNG from that for me not to be trying and just sail through with such a good time. Oh shoot, my hand was in just a bad place. I need to be able to switch to the right strafe, and I didn't have enough room for my hand to go there. That's smacking the keyboard. So we start again. And we start very slowly. Pay attention to 1-1 pawn. Just for funsies. Come out on this corner, and then go there, stay close, get low, pop again. 6 points up. Still didn't do it. Alright, well then don't bother paying attention to it. If you can't do it, just walk away. You lose. There's a 7-6 for 1-2. Now that's a great time. Hit! Dude, but 1-5. Let's see if we can do this now that my hand isn't in the wrong place. There we go, straight up to you. Oh, shit. I did it too well. I was going so fast that I was overshooting my landings. If I overshoot them a little bit more, I can do it even faster. I don't want to, though. I want to be, you know, practiced and ready on this particular method that I'm trying to do. Another issue with the Switch, Joy-Cons are, well, a con, and the inherent drift issues from any first-party Joy-Cons are just a gamble. Although both the Switch and Switch Lite have been out for a while, I can't wait to see what new generation of Switch they release. Is that something that they're talking about, or just something that you're hoping for? That it's been a while, so we might as well put out some new versions that have stronger hardware to them. And have more processing power and that kind of thing. You know, it becomes a problem again. Like, can you release another Switch without, like, going up a whole version? Like saying, we're just going to release a hardware update, but, you know, it's not going to be, like, a new thing. can you do that? Because, like, do you have room in your artificially inflated, we never reduce the price, no matter how many years it is, old pricing scheme, you know? If they give you a new Switch, it's the same Switch, but it's, you know, same operating system, same everything, but it's slightly better hardware, what do they charge for it? Because the Switch Lite is going to define the bottom of their pricing, you know? Switch Lite would have to move down in order to make room for the Switch to move down, which, does it just mean that they don't reduce the price of the original Switch? That's not the ideal method, but I still got a sub 11 using it. So pretty good movement, considering. Yeah, that also didn't come in, so I'm going to try and push under, and we're going to die. Just a guess based on Nintendo's past releases, much like the 3DS, they had a first run of 3DS, the second run of them with the 3DS XL, and then on to 2DS plus 2DS XL. How do they do their pricing when they don't move anything? Can confirm Joy-Con drift is the worst. I got new controllers and lost like 15 minutes on my Mario Odyssey PB. Saved it? Or you mean the aftermarket ones were shit? Or the originals were good and then you got ones to replace them and then those were shit? Did you get them direct from Nintendo? Were they like Nintendo's official Joy-Con replacements and they sucked? Also, Mr. Quack didn't realize we had an Odyssey runner in here. How's your nut jump? You get that nut wet? You get that nut wet, don't you, Mr. Quack? Original were trash, I got new ones and did better. Okay, I get it. Huh. I love nut clip. Nut clip? There's a nut clip? No, I just like that, you know, there's an official speed running method for Odyssey where, you know, you throw the nut and then you catch it in midair and you can continuously gain height. But in order for it to work, you have to first get the nut wet. The nut has to get wet. You gotta get them nuts wet if you want to use them the way that you want to use them, you know? Oh! Abusing all of the mechanics. You're welcome. Yeah! Alright, stayed alive. 7.0. But I stayed alive. Did you see that? A little turning the head and grinding across it with the magnetic levitation skizzles. Hit. Made it. Good. It's gonna be primary. This could be a 10-4. 10-7. Could have got that without even doing the hard way. Alright, that'll do. For the 7-7. 7, we got good speed, we got good speed. We got good height and speed. And then we're out. 1-8. Come over here. Fall off, take the jump. No, bad timing on that. Just gonna have to walk it in however I can get it there. Which will be like this. And then 1-9. Give me a little bit of good luck here. Okay, good luck. Good, yep. Good line of trucks. Decent. It's an 11-1. It's not fast, but good RNG for getting through anyway. Whoa! Okay, the trucks were there, I just couldn't see them. Into World 2. To you guys, stop for just a moment and carry on. Whoa. Stop. Look ahead. Pick your path and go. Big jump this time, Pawn. Out to here, to these guys. Lots of speed. Whoa! Beautiful. Beautiful. For no ability, that's great. To have him up there, that's how I get a 10.1, and it's a hard time to get no ability. Ooh. No! Okay. No, I can save it. Just, didn't quite find the truck that I was looking for. I was looking for a great big launch, and didn't get it. Really? No, I didn't. Lies. Lies. This game is a liar. Okay. Up to you. Out and in. 2-5. Whoa! God damn, that's the second time in, like, so many runs that that's happened. And that is very rare for that to happen. Alright. Losing time, but we're in. 2-6. I'll go for it. Nah, I didn't get it. Hit, pull back, get in 9-5. 9-5. Go. Lots of speed. Not enough! Let's try it again. I think I know what I needed to do and didn't. So here, on the outside, take the big jump. There we go. That's the speed you're looking for. Oh, I golded 2-2. Oh yeah, 10-1. That 10-1 that I was like, yeah, that's really good. It was really good. So good it golded in my long-standing. When I gold in these splits, it shows you that I've gotten quite a bit faster, because these splits are strong splits that have been developed for probably a year. Into speedrunning, but don't know what game I could speedrun. I don't think I have enough time. College is rough. Are you in a place in the world where you can actually be at a college, Williams? Or is it just rough in trying to keep up with your class load even, you know, in quarantine? Fitting it around work life is rough. Personally, just pick a game you love or just something short and easy to run. Ran Sonic R for a bit and ended up with the top 25. Top 15 even. Ooh. You know what I wanted to run, but I made it a sub-goal and it wasn't getting any traction. I didn't expect it to get any traction, and I should probably just run it if I want to run it. I wanted to play with running the Swindle. I really like the Swindle, and it's, you know, big RNG heavy game. Like, the whole thing is RNG. It's randomly generated, procedurally generated levels. There's nothing you can really rely on happening at any given time outside of like some basic rules for each stage of the game. But I love the game so much that I was interested in running, you know, that just for fun, not like for serious competitive times, because I doubt I'd ever get that good. But curious to see how long it would take me if I sat down and played the game through from start to finish, knowing some of the speedrunner mechanics, what it would take to get through. Let's see. Set yourself up for an out-of-context clip with that, but you did, and I already made and published. What did I say? That would be I have to study a lot, that's what I meant. My English might be a little off. Oh, I see. Alright, so, wow. Golding on 2-2, you know? Early level to be golding on. And we saw exactly why I was able to gold it, too. I just had, like, the right setup with an early truck, and I had good movement and good speed through. So, you know, that's what I'll be looking for, and that's why I wanted to get myself to start doing that version of 2-2 instead of the version that I'm more familiar with, or that's, like, really kind of baked into my hands from having done it so much, because I know that it has that possibility of coming in with those much better times. But it is still down to RNG. The level has to give you the truck in the right position. Good. To you. To you. To you. And out. Ah, you slowed me down right at the end for a 10-6 instead of a 10-5. Or 4. Just made it. Perfect timing for going through the hole for a 7.3. Very nice. 1-7 now. To you. No. Whoa! Managed to make it work, and I will just bounce off of these guys to get to goal. Out to here. Just low enough to land these. Nope. Alright, just put me in the goal. Any way we can get there. 1-9. Pop. 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 Yeah! Yeah! He stays alive for a 12-7. Wow. He's stuck to the bottom of the truck. Into World 2. Rub there. Pause here slowly. Slowly? Yes, slowly. Good. We got good position of these trucks. Can go straight to goal. 13-3, damn it. Alright. And then to you. Remember what you're trying to do here, Quan. Whoa! Okay. This'll do. Trying to get myself to do that method. We just golded on it. No! Oh, damn it. Alright. There's time loss. We can pull it back. There's a death in PB in one of the upcoming levels here pretty quick. Son of a bitch! We can still pull it back, but if we die again, then I'm done. I'm resetting. Fuck it. How you like that? For a sub 9 without any launches or anything. Do you like it? Tell me how you like it. 10-2 out of there, despite there being no trucks at the end. Hit. Up and over. Ooh. Good truck right here. No, not what I wanted to do. Son of a bitch. Well, and now I'm out of sequence and everything. It tilted me. We'll go under. Yes. And straight to goal. I'll go for the 2-6 because we need the time. Boom, got it. Into 2-7. Remember what you gotta... Oh, I don't have the speed! Shit. The speed this time. Got the speed. Out to the left, take the jump. Get you all the way out here. You pop to this guy, I'll just wait. I tend to die here if I try and go for it. Just wait. Alright. Well, that's a reset. But it's another reset with a gold. Golded 2-6 there just by getting the I'll go for it method. Speedrunner's curse. Hate to see it. I think the bit about the nut is one of the more SF safe for work out of context bits I've heard Pawn say. Reset. It's another gold. Some best down to 1836.72 in these splits for no ability. 18. Wow. Really? In these splits, 1836. Wow. Wow. I mean, it's just like so many of my IL methods are the method now, or at least have been put in while I'm running at some point. Yeah, that won't go, but this will. 1-3. Ooh, we got the early launch. Get to here, get the speed. Contact any of that debris or a truck, and we would have had a really good time out of 1-3. Slowed me down as I tried to pass it on the left. Oh, very good. Very good. This is going to be a quick 6-5 open on 1-1. 10. Pop, pop, and in for a sub 8. 1-3. Yeah, just too much damn wall. Too damned much wall. Too damn much damn wall. Damn. Alright. 1-5. Come in. Get some speed. Oh, I got bumped. Alright. Walk it in. Walk it in with your head held low. In shame. Still sub 12 anyway. 6. Yeah. Didn't quite make that. Just gonna do it like this. Go under. 7. Just need a lot of speed, and then no trucks to get in my way, and then no mountains to fall on my head. And we'll be fine. Nope. No. Boy, even that's kind of hard, huh? This is a method I figured out to make it not hard to get the fastest time, and even that's kind of hard. Yeah, it's fine. 11-0. 110. Just gotta get some speed, and then that needs to not happen. I'll reset and keep running on this. As long as the most unlikely shit doesn't happen twice in a row. See you. Pop, stop, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it. Yep, no, that's good. Can take you to goal. A nice low 13. 2-2, we come in like this. We get up to the front ones. We right strafe. Land you. Big little pop. Straight to the front truck and out. Oh my god. 10-2. That was a 1/10 of a second slower than the gold we just put in. Telling you people. I'm gonna take this a little bit slower because I wasn't confident that I could land that truck. 2-4. You know, this method doesn't really work. I don't know why I do it. Oh, and just when I say it doesn't work and I don't know why I do it, it works and I get through with a 9-3. But, like, it's very unlikely that that actually works out for me when I do it that way. Okay, what have you done? Well, I slowed down because I was afraid. I was afraid of dying and losing my good time. 2-6, not gonna go for it this time. Just gonna, nope, don't care. Let me land, come across, let me get in. 2-7, thanks for the little butt bounce that I didn't want. Oh, but the speed gets me out here. I'm already to you. I can't. All right, never mind. I tried to set up for it anyway. Because I couldn't not, you know, with that kind of speed, I had to try and go for it. Nice. And then 2-9, little pop, run off. Catch the top of this guy, get a bunch of speed. Right past PB Boulder. Hi, PB Boulder. Oh, I got it. I shouldn't have gone for it. It's dangerous, and I got it. Into 2-10. Okay, good throw. Gotta land you. I could have jumped off of him and tried to get up to that one. I will do that now. Because it was just unsafe before. And into World 3. The 3-2. We want a mega jump here. Didn't get enough of one, so we go to the backup. Stop. Wait until that's out of my way. Right strafe out and jump for the goal. 3-3. Very nice. Look how cool I am. I have highlighted text. Oh, Jesus. I nearly missed it because I was reading your highlighted. Quit highlighting text. You can get me killed around here. Left strafe out. Right strafe back. Catch it. Pop it. Drop it in. 3-5. Got it. 3-6. 3-7. Give me a little pop to start, which I prefer over the other things that can give me. I'll stop here, wait a second. Got it. That's in. A nice time. 3-8. Short hop to start, then to you, then mega jump to goal. 3-9. I'm just going the old method. My new method is very dangerous. Too dangerous even for me. So an 11-6 out of there with the old method. 3-10. Uh-oh. It doesn't look good ahead. Okay, that'll do. And we're into Laser World. Damn it. I was trying to get just past that one and then cut in for the one that was past him. Are you kidding me? The speed and position of these lasers, all random. All random. Stop. Fuck! Let me through. That's all of my green time I saved over the course of all of those levels with all of that cool shit. To random laser bullshit, unpredictable, unavoidable. Ha! We fucking through! And now we're behind instead of ahead by 20. That's no ability for you. That's why I'm the only person running it right now. Probably. Okay, and I don't know the pattern for that anymore, so we just take whatever we can get. That isn't gonna work. Ah! Are you- what? With the balls. The balls in my mouth. The balls you're dropping in my mouth. That's bullshit right there. Alright, into 4-4. We watched my method here from before. Is that was not it. Okay. I managed to not die. Still going with an 8-7, but that was not the way that I did it in the world records that we watched earlier. Go. Alright, 4-6. Give me that little delaying pop, which can be problematic right there, but it was. It threw off the timing for all of this. Little pop. I should probably just start resetting when I come into this level. That won't work either. Motherfucker, I hate this fucking level. It always gets something from me. It's still not giving me what I'm looking for. And it's not a hard level. It's just I got a method. And the method is hard. Whoa. Oh, and we got straight trucks. God damn it, don't die. 11-1. That helps. That helps a bit. Pulling it back, huh? I had to stop there. I just didn't have the speed for it. Didn't have the right timing. I'm not going to go for this because it's stupidly hard. 2, 3, 4. Stop. Go. Slow down a little bit in the middle because I was ahead of cycle. Reset as we come into 410. Pop, pop. On down, get some speed. Take that pop. There's a truck in the middle of the fucking sky that I can't do anything about. So I have to back up everything with backups on backups just to not die there. Level 5-1. Ooh, don't like that hammer being where it is. I'm just gonna slow it down a little bit. Make sure that I don't have to die here. 5-2. Yes! I was taking a risk there trying that. But it paid off. 5-4. It's also not what you want to be doing here. I am still alive. That was another big, like, I can't see a way through, but I'm just gonna have to do something. Kind of a moment. Damn it. You're supposed to mega jump here, Pawn. To avoid all that RNG nonsense. Okay. 6. Nope. We're fucked. Except that I'm an incredible fucking god level runner that knows the solution to every problem. Okay, this was in no way faster than what I could have done if I wouldn't have tried for it. Damn it. Just need this little mega jump in the middle. There you go. We will take this right across. Fuck. Fuck. Fuck! Fuck. 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 Okay, found a truck to go out on. 5-9. Remember, you're not gonna go for this. You're just gonna come up here. You're gonna pop up to this one, stop, wait. And you're gonna go over this on the right, come to you, and go straight out. 5-10, get lots of speed. And then just go straight for it. Off of this guy, right around the corner. Oh my god, I fucking had it! And then threw it away. I didn't expect to have it. It's incredibly unlikely to get what I just got. So I just wasn't committed. I never committed to it. This won't work. He says just before making it work. Come on. Come on. This is really... The bottom is very low there. I had to go for it. We golded again. We golded again. 5-5. 5-5. And 4-10. And 3-6. And 2-9. Jesus Christ. Really? What's 2-9? Forest World before as we're coming in. Is that just the long line of trucks? Oh, yeah, because I got the mega jump off that. Holy shit. I got the mega jump off the end of that one. That's the line, it's the PB boulder level where the boulders are coming. And I got the mega jump, and that was gold. And then in 3-6, Winter World. Just after the fall off thing, there's the one where you just run forward and go to goal. I guess that's that. I must have golded there by 1,000th of a second, but I did. And then 4-10. What? Did you start wrong again or something? Did you double up on splits? Didn't I, on 410, get fucked really hard? Laser World? Laser level? They said I got out of it in 9 seconds? Everybody's talking in highlighted text. Can anyone help me explain that 410? I remember. Am I thinking of the last 410? I thought the 410 that we just came off of was one where I had to, like, I got hit in midair, landed a truck back there, then had to move forward, then something else. It was like a 12-point something time out of 410, and it's saying that I golded it in 9 seconds. That's just wrong. This level is not doable in 9 seconds and no ability. Yeah. Oh, shit, and it just, because I went to a different level, it automatically put it all away. That was wrong. That was wrong. I gotta see that. I gotta see that. I'm stopping the recording and restarting the recording. We need to look at that right now. No, that's, but yeah, don't worry about that. That's, can you refresh, please? Refresh this browser. There you go. Refresh. You, in fact. So this is the live stream. We're now going back in time, ladies and gentlemen. We're going back in time. So 4-9. So I have to back up everything with backups on backups just to not die there. It was the wrong levels. Can't do anything on. It was the wrong levels. At some point, it double split. Stop there. I just didn't have the speed for it. Didn't have the right timing. Wait, what? What is happening? This is the built-in auto splitter. I'm not using my own auto splitter. Great trucks. God damn it! Don't die. That was 4-7. It puts us into 4-8. That helps. That helps a bit. You guys can't fucking see it. I'm an idiot. Drop the live split so you guys can see. But I think I finally found it here. So we're in 4-8. Boom, boom, boom. 4.2. Back, huh? To here. I had to stop there. I just didn't have the speed for it. Didn't have the right timing. It didn't split. I'm not going to go for this. 4-8. Stupidly hard. 2, 3, 4. Stop. Go. It never split 4-8. Slow down a little bit in the middle because I was ahead of cycle. Reset as we come into 4-10. Pop. So it thinks, so 4-10 was 4-9, 4-9 was 4-10. Take that pop. There's a truck in the middle of the fucking sky that I can't do anything about. Yeah. Oh, AJ, never seen it split in the middle of a level if that is what happened. No, it just didn't split 4-8. So yeah, coming through this level. I had to stop there. I just didn't have the speed for it. Didn't have the right timing. And it just didn't split it. Didn't split 4-8. I've never seen it do that. Very unusual. Very, very unusual. Did I not? I took fucking... Did I just put it back up? You guys could... Do I need to show it again? I dropped live split and then... I'm not gonna go... I'll show it again because I don't know if you guys were able to see that, even though I just went out of my way to fucking show it. Whoa. Oh, and we got straight trucks. All right, God so damn coming it, through 4-7. We hit 4-7. We come into 4-8. That helps. After you dropped it, it popped right back up. I must have hit spacebar to play the video, and it was still on live split, and so it undid what I did. Stop there. I just didn't have the speed for it. Didn't have the right there. It was. Timing. It just didn't split 4-8. I had to stop there. I just didn't have the speed for it. Didn't have the right timing. I had to stop there. I just didn't have the speed for it. Didn't have the right timing. There's something with the auto splitter we programmed. It's hard to get perfect memory values for a game like Clustertruck. Yeah, it just didn't split 4-8. So I'm glad that you're here, AJ, so that you can like see that, so I don't have to like clip it and send it to you. Now you saw it. 4-8 just didn't split for whatever reason. In case that's something that, you know. matters, you know, can be used at any point, or maybe 4.8 has special characteristics, or who the fuck knows. But just so I have submitted my bug report. By you being here. Okay. No big deal, except for that it did fuck up a number of my splits then, didn't it? In terms of like 410, if I go into 410, the IGT, pull this over, get rid of you, pull this over, and we'll scroll my listing. 410, best segment 8.9 seconds, that's not possible. So that's by IGT. In real time, it's 9.5, that's, I think, not possible. There is a method for doing 410 where, you know, I've grinded it in. I've got a time on the ILs for it where you set up for one of those trucks needs to, at the beginning, you pop along the trucks, you get up to where they're turning the corner to go around that spinning piece of rock. One of them needs to be up, sort of trying to go up it, and you can take that truck up and over. You can just like, you know, with some magnetic levitation. I'm not sure if this is possible in no ability or if it's just any percent. I can't remember, but you can take that and go up and over, slide your way through the trucks and go straight to the goal. But that is something that you literally just have to keep playing the level, waiting for the opportunity, waiting for the RNG to roll just right so that you can try to get it. So yeah, that's not true. What was the other level that it said I golded so that I can fix my golds? I'm gonna have to reopen it. It was 5. I'm gonna have to reopen it. Damn it. Reopen it. Pause it. Back out to here. Toward the end. What do we got? So it was 5.5. I thought it was 5.5. Yeah. 5.5. Which means my actual gold is gone now. Whatever the fastest I've ever done it, but that's fine. It just means we'll get a new one. So 10.92 there. Game time 7.45 here. Both of you need to go away, and now they're stuck to whatever my PB's time was. That's fine. 2,000 attempts on these split files. I've done this a lot. Okay, so everything else should be valid. I can save those splits. We can't debug this unless you use Cheat Engine and got your own memory values. It's a pain, and this is why reading the memory values sucks. I'm curious, how long have you been doing Python stuff? I can't remember if you dipped into it last time I was around. The best way for me to have any idea what the answer to that is, would be to go to that place where people put their code when it's like open source and stuff. You know, that place. I just typed in SplitRP, GitHub. So if we go to SplitRP and Roninpawn, actually SplitRP is probably correct, but does it say when I started or something like that? We'll just go to SplitRP and we'll see the main. This is weird. This isn't how this used to look. Maybe it's because of Brave, or maybe they changed the way that it lays out. Whatever. So this is the master branch. Let's go to actually. God, GitHub is just such a fucking mess. This is what UI is designed like when programmers design UI. This is awful. This is the worst, most intelligible, most illegible. Like, where are my releases? Code issues, pull requests, action projects, master, 2 branches, 7 tags, Roninpawn merge pull, code, go to file, releases. But, no, you can highlight it and go to releases, but it's just presented as though it's a highlight. It's the worst fucking UI that I've ever seen. This is what coders do when you ask them to make UI. It's awful. But so, the oldest main line here looks like it came out May 21st, 2020. No. Oldest pre-release 1.0 for beta testers was May 23rd, 2019. I think I probably started working on this in March. And that would have been my first real foray into Python. So March 2019. Yeah. It's how I make UI, says AJ. Then you're bad at it. You and GitHub are really, really bad at it. It's just like, okay, the most interacted with options on GitHub that are needed by like most of the people who interact with it. Where are those? Anywhere? Anywhere? Huh? Like, there's a reason why. Let me just explain something to the makers of GitHub. We go back to the main thread here. There's a reason why the standard of HTML was, if you don't fuck with it in the CSS, was from the very beginning that a link would be a different color and would be underlined. And the reason was so that you'd know it was a link. So, when you want something to link, and you want someone to know that it's a link, what you want to do is not make it look like it's a bold header, like it's just a word that you can't click on there, like this whole releases thing, especially since this is where most people who are coming to GitHub aren't programmers. There are people who want to download something that programmers have downloaded, and most programmers actually interact with GitHub through their programs, through local, development kits and shit like that. You have made the entire site, first and foremost, about the programmers. And that's retarded. What you want to do, you want to make a site that makes sense for the public who are interacting with it on a, day-to-day basis. That will encourage more people to actually, download the things that people have programmed. If you want something to look like it's clickable, then make it look like it's clickable before I hover my mouse over. You've literally hidden this. I'm not saying that it has to be blue and underlined. I'm saying this is hiding the link. And they made it blue and underlined in the basic HTML so that the link wouldn't be confused for text. I know we're talking about 1986 HTML, standards here, but you need to understand the premises behind them before you go designing the shittiest UI I've ever seen. It's not the shittiest UI. It's close. It's really fucking close. This is in league with PayPal. I'll say that. Maybe GitHub doesn't want you to download releases. Maybe they don't want me to use this site. It's entirely possible since it's a free to use site. If we make it incredibly convoluted and show evidence that we have no idea how to do user interface programming, then nobody will use it, and then we won't have to consume as much bandwidth. That's very likely, actually. Ease of access and usability? Haha, we want smooth and sleek, unusable web pages. Your first Python stream was 27 March 2019. See, I was right. Although it was the end of March. It might as well have been April. Thank you for looking that up, Little Magnets. But yeah, March 2019. And that would have been my first Python stream, so I had already done work starting at the beginning of March, leading up to that. Yeah, March 2019. That's exactly how long I've been Pythoning. Let's see if the splitter functions correctly out of the gate, if it does a double split again. Nope, we're good. Okay. But we're probably coming to the end of this live stream anyway. Smells like Lady Pawn heated something else up. Literally in the time that we've been live streaming, she made me hungry at the beginning with the grilled cheese, and now she's doing it again. And I think that's maybe my symbol to, my signal to get off the live stream. I want to see you, so I'll just make some food. Get off the goddamn computer for a couple of seconds. Wait a second, because we're doing good here. This is a good World 1, and I feel like I haven't paid attention to it at all. I haven't really even looked at what's going on here. I'm just pressing the buttons the way that I usually do. Alright, so 1-7. Get some speed from back here. We gotta start. What did you do? How does this work? What am I doing? You get up to here, and then you do that. You just gotta get low, and then you get the speed with a small jump. I did a long jump there. Right. Got it. We can't see live split, by the way. Oh, fucking godballs! This is why it's important that programmers learn UI. The more complicated you make shit, the more you gotta understand how it works before you can make it work, kind of shit, Can we have a conversation about Blender? Do you think we could have let's not have a conversation about Blender, let's have a fucking intervention for the people who work on Blender. Could we do that, please? Can we? Oh God, Blender, says right, yeah. Here, first we've got the most arcane, just ridiculous concepts of user interface design in the first place, where you just can't find anything. You just have to know what the keys are on the keyboard that open the menus, that open the sub-menus to the menus, and then it starts to become usable. If you don't already know, there's really no way to find it out except for to read a fucking book or look it up. And then, what we'll do is on top of that as our general UI design, is once every, I don't know, 18 months or so, we'll completely revamp it in a way that everybody who has taken the time to read the book, who has taken the time to look it up, who has taken the time to develop a workflow on this piece of software, will no longer be able to use that workflow, because now everything's different. Now all the boxes are in a different place, now all the things open a little bit differently. Oh, Blender, could we have an intervention for these programmers, please? I've never disliked anything I've willingly used but Blender. It's a whole different thing. Blender is just testing your ability to learn. Yeah, but over and over and over again. And then testing your patience when they outmode what you learned before in order to give you, you know, it'd be like, okay, well, but we came up with a much better UI design that's really gonna help your workflow, so we're gonna ask you to relearn everything again. But this is really good, and it's so good we're never gonna like iterate on it in a way that changes the game fundamentally again. No, that's not what you get. You just got another system that's also illegible and doesn't work and isn't intuitive that you have to learn yet again. just again, I wonder if it isn't that what we were suggesting for GitHub. Maybe they don't actually want people to download and use this thing. You know? Is there a pay version of Blender where the UI isn't arcane? Maybe that's what they're doing there, you know? In the free version, what we've done is, you know, done deep studies. Cost us hundreds of thousands of dollars to study what was the worst way that we could present information to people. And then we established that, built it into our program, and then if you pay us money, you can get like just a conventional interface that's like everything else in commuting. I mean, it would be one thing if it were a good interface, if it did things that were good. Like there's an editing suite out there that I took the time to try and learn because it was brilliant in concept. It was very Linuxy in concept. You know, it was based on a workspace, and that workspace was saved as you used it. So anything you did, anything you did, let me try that again, because that could work out pretty good. Nope. Anything you did in that workspace, any position that you left any box in, any tick that you had set as, you know, something, if you just closed the program while you were working on it, no, would you like to save? Don't worry, do you need to save your workspace? Do you want to save the work that you've done here? It's all being saved as you go. Every single thing that you do, including the interface. You click the exit button, the program immediately exits, does not ask you any questions. And when you open it back up, everything is exactly where you left it. It does not ask you if you'd like to open the last file you were working on, no. This is your active workplace. You close it, it's gone. You reopen it, it's right back where you left it off. That is a UI coding design principle that needs to be everywhere. Everything should operate on that principle. There is no reason why you should be asking me if I want to save things this way, save things that way. Having the option of me to like save different workspace templates, sure, and that program has it. I can't remember what it is. Maya, no, definitely not Maya. But that nonlinear editing bay for video editing, you know, specifically, that is, you know, open source and freely available. I think it's open source, but it's available for free, unless you start like publishing movies with it. Then I think you need to get a license. But it just fucking worked. You close it, and it's like Notepad++. If you've used Notepad++, if you don't know Linux but on Windows, get yourself Notepad++. Whatever you leave open in Notepad++, you close the program. It doesn't ask you, would you like to save? You've made changes. It already saved the changes. Not to the original. If you haven't saved the changes to the original, then they haven't been saved to the original, but they've been saved to your workplace. Next time you open it, it will be exactly the way that you left it. Nothing is ever out of time or out of sequence. You never have to be asked, would you like me to remember this? Because it always does. That is brilliant and beautiful, and it should have been part of UI design in everything for like the past 20 years, because it's fucking obvious. But I've only really seen it in Notepad, on Windows anyway, in Notepad++ and that NLE. That's brilliant, and the only reason why I didn't learn that NLE when I had the choice of should I, you know, pay Adobe for Adobe Premiere, which I'm no longer doing because it's a horrible program. They fuck up every time they do an update, like Blender. But when I decided what I was going to learn coming out of literally Windows Movie Maker, I looked hard at that program and put a lot of effort into trying to learn that program because it was so well designed in terms of the user interface. And the problem was, it was completely unintuitive. The user interface was brilliant. Interacting with that was intuitive, but interacting with... I was curious if I was going to come out faster than I ever come out with those movements. Probably not. But actually, like, working in the program was completely unintuitive. Couldn't figure out how to make a fucking cut on the timeline. I swear, because I really liked the user interface, I was trying hard. I was trying to find, like, okay, I'll put a little bit more time in. If I could just crack in, then it'll be worth it. I couldn't, after like an hour's worth of trying, I couldn't figure out how to make a fucking cut on the timeline. And I knew that, you know, if I read a book or something, sure, I can figure it out. But I'm not going to make the effort to penetrate something that dense, because if it is that dense and that unintuitive, how long is it going to take me to learn to do the complicated things that I've been doing in Windows fucking Movie Maker? I've been doing stuff. Like, if your basic functions are that dense, then I'm not going to give you the time to sucker me in, and then I have to try and learn, oh yeah. I have to try and learn, you know, these multiple layers of depth to something. Oh, it's really powerful once you understand it. Well, if you design it correctly, no one needs to figure out how to understand it. It's intuitive. It's just, you see it and you go, oh, obviously. And then there's going to be things that are complicated that should be harder to figure out. But if you can't make the basics work out of the box, simple, then I don't trust your ability to design a UI that I want to interface with. Chisel your code and rocks. Damn, that was decent World 1 I was going on there until I stopped caring on the last level. I like that method. It's backed up if either one catches fire, but you gotta save the trees, though. Alright, just buying modeling clay would be easier than using the latest Blender. It's less of a close button at that point, it's more of a minimize button. Who uses Notepad+ anymore? I just type into a nano terminal and just log out of the virtual machine. Right? Linux. I use physical pieces of paper that are scanned to change text files. I chisel my code in rock. I just carve it into a tree. I mean, that's what UI design, basic UI design is. And you know, fuck it, I'm done speedrunning for the day. Here's the thing about, like, modern UI design. They're so interested in making it sleek now that it's not usable. Like, they want it to be, it's no longer that it should be intuitive, it's that it should be so fucking stupid that a 2-year-old can interact with it. And then the problem is it either just doesn't have the ability to do what you're asking it to do because it's just that dumbed fucking down, or the things that it actually needs to do are inconvenient to access because it was too stupid. You know, they built it too stupid. Like, this is why, you know, people who design UIs should make very good money, because you're programmers, you're coders, you've got that mind that wants to make GitHub or PayPal. I can't believe PayPal still looks like it looks after all of these years. How many times I have to click on PayPal to send money to a friend, you know? Log in to the main page, go to the pay thing, go over here, select what kind of payment you want. Now you're on the pay and transaction thing. Now there's a link that's down here somewhere on the right. And then you find that, and it's pay. What kind of payment do you want? You need to hire an actual UI designer, PayPal. But, you know, that's why UI designers should be making good money, even if they don't, is because it's an art that asks a coder to go against, you know, what makes sense to them as a coder. You need a graphic designer coder, which I am. You need someone who has a feel and a sense for what looks good, for what functions, and what is intuitive, and who's going to resist their urge to make something that's technically functional, and maybe is technically the most correct way to do it, the most efficient way to do it, and know when to and when not to sacrifice those efficiencies to making it usable, to making it approachable. You know, someone who thinks about, well, okay, if I put the button for like doing this right here, then people are going to see it immediately, but it's not the most convenient way to do it. When you get into a flow to have that button there, if I want to, you're going to click here and do that. But what I can do is I can make it so that when you press a key on the keyboard, it also does the same function or switches into the same tool. And then what I can do additionally is that when you hover over that tool, it can pop up a tooltip window that tells you what the key is to press on the keyboard so that you don't have to read a fucking book, Blender, in order to know. So the button is there so that it's intuitive when you open it to see what you're supposed to do, but then when you're in a workflow and you don't want to be clicking a fucking button every time, you got a key that you can just hit, which you learned without having to go to a fucking book because there's a tooltip that pops over it. That's UI design, and that's why they need to make some fucking money. That's why you need to pay me. For I am the Roninpawn. Preach your code to the crowds of whichever major city you live in and have the crowds remember for you. That's one way of keeping your text file. It's my first time here, Nick Evans. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just wrapping it up. Been here for 3 hours, 50 minutes. I smell some more cheese and bread and butter. I'm hungry. I'm going to get me something grilled. Got to start preaching about why PayPal is a bad company. It's probably breaching some laws. I mean, the problem is, before we can start on PayPal, we got to start on Plaid. You know, FinTech. Rai, good to see you again. Hope to see you out here again soon. Let's see. PayPal, some company is eBay. My old housemates work there. You kind of joined as we're going under a tangent of badly designed stuff. Yeah, and we were wrapping up. That's why we're here. We're wrapping up the live. Hotkeys are a blessing, aren't they? Hello, Ninja 1702. Goodbye, Ninja 1702.